Live. I'm Joe Bowling and Kevin Naro coming on my right-hand side as we are coming to you from Buccaneer Stadium in Corpus Christi, Texas for a Class 6 Division 1 area matchup between San Antonio Stevens and the Harlingen Cardinals. We're about 8 minutes before the kickoff, and Kevin, it's round 2, but it feels like round 3 or 4 on any other season, and by the date, it could be deeper than that, but it's not. It's round 2.
Right, it's round 2, and that all stems back to the district realignment. And, you brought up a good point earlier that when was the last time Harlingen played a San Antonio school in the second round? And it's been quite some time, because if you think about it, normally you're looking at either a Laredo school or a McAllen school in the old, now you can say the old 36A district. The third round would then be a San Antonio school. So it's a little different here in the second round, being that you're already taking on a San Antonio team. It makes the road even tougher, especially when you come through as a Division I school. And then on the flip side, next week is Christmas. We're on the norm, usually getting ready for the state championships. But that's not the case. We're way behind schedule in the football season. We're in the middle of December, and we're talking an area around football, so it's different.
Round 2, and if you want to get to the magical games, you'll be playing in January in 2021. But here we are, round 2, Harlingen taking on San Antonio Stevens. And in a ball game, Kevin, that you talk to both coaches, you take a look at the rosters, you take a look at the who's played who, the statistics, all lean towards both teams believe they can win this football game.
Right, and this is arguably going to be one of the more even matchups we have this weekend. And you look at the matchup, 6-4 and 5-3 in district. That's Stevens coming in, but they also had to run through a tough district. They played Brennan, they played Clark, they played Harlan, they played Taft, they played O'Connor. So they were in a top-heavy district, and they've been through the mill. They've been through the fire. They've been tested. And a couple of these teams are still alive in the playoffs, and one game that stood out was this team lost to Brennan 24-0, and the team you saw last night was athletic as ever. On the flip side, you look at Harlingen. They haven't lost a game all year, and they did have a couple of games fall through the wayside because of COVID. But this is still a team that defensively, Joe, when I was looking at the numbers, now I didn't get to cover them all year. This is the first time I see Harlingen, but they're only allowing 8 points per game. So this is a very stingy defense that Manny Gomez has put together. And me, personally, I felt that this year they may have taken a step back because they lost a couple of guys like Isaiah Liscano in the secondary. They lost a stalwart linebacker in Gabriel Martinez. But like you and I know very well, they just retooled and reload, and they've been led by Esvin Zuniga, who's a senior linebacker, prototypical Manny Gomez linebacker, and then Nathan Huerta, the defensive tackle. So defensively, they're going to do a lot of things. They're going to be blitzing, just like Manny Gomez will. And, this is a pretty evenly matched up team because on the flip side, you look at the Falcons, their defensive line is their forefront, and they're going to be led by Joshua Gonzalez, their senior defensive lineman.
And their offense features a quarterback that's dual threat. You have to respect his feet. You have to respect the yards he's put up through the air. He's got some receivers. He's got a tailback. Very similar numbers to Brennan and what Vela had to take a look at, in that you prepare against a quarterback that can take off and run the ball, but has better than 1,500 yards in the passing game, and in this case, a little more than that. Right. And then you've got a receiver that's a big-time receiver. You got a big tight end, and then you got a tailback that does just enough to say you better respect the run.
Right, and that's Ethan Gonzalez. He's their leading wide receiver. Now, the interesting matchup, we talk about speed when we get to this level. Eric Ilantan for Harlingen is one of the better DBs and one of the better point guards and one of the better defenders on the basketball court for the Harlingen Cardinals. And he also runs track. So Eric Ilantan is athletic as they come. So that's going to be an interesting matchup to see, the matchup between Ethan Gonzalez and Eric Ilantan, and a kid who didn't play football last year. He played all basketball last year. Gomez got him to come back out and play some football. So that's one matchup that I'm pretty excited to see.
Is it the quietest 6-0 undefeated Cardinal team that you've been around, Kevin, in covering the Harlingen program?
It is. It's very quiet. You would have never known they're 6-0. They got their senior quarterback, Joe Zuniga, very quiet kid, just flew underneath the radar. During the early stages of the pandemic, I was able to go out into a quarterback camp that former Harlingen Cardinal Brandon Garza was hosting. Joe Zuniga was at those workouts. He didn't have to be there, but he was there. He was working with Brandon Garza. He was working with Coach Bubba Ledesma. They were working on the side. They were working on little things that they needed to get done to be ready for these types of moments. So, I'm excited to see what Joe Zuniga can do. But you're right. It's one of the more quieter teams that we've seen. Just, by the way, won a district title, beat Weslaco on the road, beat San Benito at home, won a playoff game, and they're here back in the second round.
San Antonio Stevens and the Harlingen Cardinals. It's an audio broadcast for you fans that are tuning in on the live version. We did apply for the video rights. We weren't successful in getting that, but we will bring you every exciting play of this one. And, again, I tell fans all the time, first 30 years was all radio anyway, so I think I can get that job done. Back with more after this.
Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
Playing the national anthem in the books. Welcome to the pregame show again as we are a minute and 46 seconds according to the score clock before we have the kickoff of this ball game. And Harlingen will be the visiting team in the white uniforms with the red trim, and the home team will be the San Antonio Stevens, and the Falcons will have the black uniforms with the silver and white trim. Fan base, well, Harlingen brought plenty, Kevin. Matter of fact, this is one of the bigger crowds I've seen all season for Harlingen. I've seen this place rocking and rolling with Cardinal fans. It's as big as it's got this year in 2020.
Yeah, and you have to imagine this is the capacity crowd here at Buck. I know when I was here for the Miller-Cal Allen game, it was pretty packed. It looks just about the same. And, last night Mission, they did bring a crowd too. So it's good to see that crowds are starting to come out more to these football games.
Afternoon football, Manny Gomez says anytime I can get a playoff game in Corpus Christi at Buccaneer or Cavanis in the afternoon on a Saturday, I want it.
Right, yeah, and there's definitely some good juju here at Buck Stadium for the Harlingen Cardinals. You can go all the way back to that 2011 team that won a playoff game here, a game that you covered. So, Buck Stadium and the Harlingen Cardinals, they usually it's a good little mix-up right there between the two. And, of course, you get Coach Manny Gomez in the mix. And, this team, they're locked in. They're hungry. They were still stinging and pretty upset after last year's disappointing playoff exit in the first round. The last 2 years they lost in the first round, matter of fact. So this year it was bittersweet for this team to get a by-district win because, they know full well of the expectation and what Cardinal football means. And, it was good to catch up with the guys before the game, and I'm really excited to see what they draw up. And it's going to be an interesting matchup to see the battle in the trenches. Hayden Mann is one of the best tackles in the Valley and in the district, so he's going to have his work cut out for him against this tough defensive line.
Talk to Manny Gomez. I was here as early as anyone, and the only person on this field was Manny Gomez walking up and down the field. They had players out there on the side, but the only guy on the field anywhere was Manny Gomez, isolated down on the south end zone. And even he was talking about, I got a lot of memories of being up here and being involved in some big-time games. And again, I know that if anyone's energetic and amped up for this one, it's Manny Gomez to be coaching here on the sidelines on a Saturday afternoon.
Right, and what do we call him?
Yeah, ultimate motivator.
The ultimate motivator. So these guys are going to come in. They're going to come in revved up. The Cardinals are coming out in their white uniforms, all white uniforms, with Cardinals written across the chest in a red font, all black and silver for San Antonio Stevens.
Cardinals will take the kickoff to start this ball game. They'll be going left to right, coming out of the south end zone. Wind is blowing today. It's blowing more across the field. Well, coming out of the north end zone a little bit more now than what it was during pregame warm-up. So it may affect the passing game just a bit as the Cardinals will be going facing the wind to start this game. Bright sun soaking the field. There's a little cloud base outside, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful afternoon. It's a crisp day here in Corpus Christi, and we are set for the opening kickoff, and away it goes. A deep kick. Cardinals will field it inside their 5. They'll let it bounce in the end zone. and it'll roll out in the end zone. The Cardinals will take over their 25, and here comes the offense, first time on the day.
Yeah, Joe Zuniga, they're going to need him. Well, when you get to this second, third round, but we can almost treat this like a third round because you're playing San Antonio schools, you need to limit your turnovers. You can't turn the football over. You need to just stick to what you know and expect a couple of little wrinkles here for the Harlingen Cardinals. And one name we didn't talk about that's lined up is Justin Galvan, the final Galvan brother.
Joe Zuniga is the quarterback, and he has an empty backfield on his first down play for the Cardinals. Twin receivers left and right on first down. Going to run, takes it right side, slips the tackle out across the 24-yard line. First gain of the day, 4 yards.
Anthony Adams made a good tackle right there, and if he doesn't make that tackle, Zuniga maybe picks up a first down. But see, right out of the gate, you're seeing Harlingen adjust to the offensive line. They motioned Hayden Mann down to the right tackle position just to bring that extra help, trying to get that extra block against Corey Amos, number 90 for Stevens.
Gain of, call it 5 yards for Zuniga on first down. It's 2nd and 5 for the Cardinals. Zuniga looks to throw for the first time, swings a pass on the right side. It's going to be broken up and incomplete. And Kevin, we saw the defenders working on that particular play.
Right, that's Leonard Adams. He's their best defensive back. He's a junior. You talk about matchups you're going to watch. On the flip side, that's going to be the matchup there with Justin Galvan. He's Harlingen's best athlete on the offensive end. He can make things go. He makes things go for this offense. So that's going to be a good matchup right there between Adams and Galvan.
Second down, make it 3rd down and 5 for the Harlingen Cardinals. Clock running at 10:53 and counting in this first quarters. They'll call that I don't know why they kept the clock running. That was an incomplete pass. Galvan rolls out, looks to throw. Coverage downfield. He's going to have to run. Takes on a tackler. Will not get a first down. Coverage that time was great.
Yeah, they had good coverage in the secondary. Now Zuniga, Joe, is a little slow to get up. He's about 2 yards shy of the first down, and this isn't good.
There was a wide receiver that had broke deep downfield that was well beyond the secondary, but that was after Zuniga was off to the races. And again, Kevin, Zuniga is being attended to right now, and that is a big factor here for the Cardinals. I know I talked about it just in passing as we were talking about lining up rosters here on the broadcast, and we said who's the backup if that happens, and right now all eyes are going to start looking at Mr. Justin Galvan.
And it's going to have to be him. He played quarterback growing up in Pop Warner. And, there was a little question on who was going to be the quarterback, whether it was going to be Galvan, whether it was going to be Zuniga. But Zuniga won the job in the offseason, and rightfully so. But this is not a good start for the Cardinals, and, hopefully Zuniga is okay.
Well, also, once this is settled, as they watch Zuniga get up on his own power, and he will walk off under his own power to the sidelines, but limping decidedly. And so now decision time is it's 4th and 2.5 for Harlingen at their own 34, call it 33-yard line. Kevin, it's a no-brainer. They're going to bring the punting team in right away.
Yeah, you have to punt, and if you're going to win games in the second, third round, you need to execute on all 3 phases of the game. Special teams, though, crazy as it sounds, it just goes underneath the radar, and it's very important that teams execute on special teams.
Punt is away. It's a low end over end kick, a very short kick just across the midfield stripe. Rolls dead at the 48-yard line of the Stevens Falcons, and golden opportunity here for the San Antonio Stevens Falcons, Kevin, as their offense hits the field. Half the distance end zone to go for the first score of the game.
Right, and that was the first thing we had mentioned, and your quarterback goes down, he gets up, he's okay, and then you poor execution on the punt, and you give them the football right at midfield.
First down play for Stevens from their own 48-yard line. The quarterback is KK Brashear, sends a man in motion left to right on a first down play. Drops back to throw. Here comes pressure, delivers a screen pass. That's completed. It's Cardenas. Cardenas has a first down in Cardinal territory, down to the 36.
Yeah, they just flushed everybody out there. They had Riles going on a go route, and that opened up the screen for Cárdenas, who he's their premier back. He's going to be their guy. He's going to be their workhorse out of the backfield.
I'll try to show you this on the replay if we can show replays here. I'm working on that, my friends. I think we'll get that done before it's said and done, but that's a big first down play for the Falcons. Again, you're dealing with short field on the possession anyway, but now they're down to the Cardinal 37 after the completed pass. Looking to the sideline, play clock is down to 2, and Stevens will have to call a timeout. Good play, Kevin, but they couldn't get the next play in to sustain momentum, and we'll keep it right here after that timeout was called.
Yeah, they went right to that screen. Cardinals coming in with 368 rushing yards on 78 attempts, but so far not a very good start for Harlingen, and they're going to have their work cut out for them, and it doesn't help that they were given the ball at midfield.
Watching the trainers down here, they are wrapping the ankle of Joe Zuniga for the Harlingen Cardinals. So they're going to at least give him an opportunity to try to stay in this ball game. If you're just joining us, Harlingen took the opening kickoff, and on their third play from scrimmage, their quarterback went down with an ankle injury. They punted the ball, but it was a short punt. Stevens took over at their own 48. They're now set up at the Harlingen Cardinal 37 on a first down play after a timeout was called. Man shifts out of the backfield. They'll look to throw as Brashears rolls out. Fires it, left side, incomplete, right into and out of the hands of Ethan Gonzalez.
That's a rare drop from Gonzalez with just an out route.
Gonzalez, one of their top guys out there on the passing game.
Paul Price was the guy guarding him, and he's been a pleasant surprise for Coach Gomez. Wasn't on varsity last year, but again, just funneling in these athletes.
Brashears now faces a second down and 10 yards to go. And right now you see the Falcons are in no real hurry to take a snap between plays. Play clock already down under 10. Man in motion right to left. Long count for Brashears. Takes it at the 5 count. Drops back to throw. Has protection. Passes it. Big hit delivered. Incomplete pass.
That's Eric Elantan. That's that speed we talked about in the pregame. That closing speed that Eric Elantan. That's just doing your homework there. The Cardinals were ready for it. They sent their guy out into the flats, and Keelantan just knew exactly what he was looking for, and there's that closing speed we talked about from Eric Keelantan.
Hey, the replay work. Big play right there. No, we're not live with video. Let's not get that rumor started, but we do have some replays for you on occasion here during the broadcast. 9:28 remaining here. It's third down and 10 for the Falcons. They'll drop back to throw. Brashears has a ton of time here now. Throws it underneath. That's completed. And yards after the catch to the sideline left side. That's a first down. Another catch by Cardenas.
Yeah, that was 3rd and 10, and that's just a mismatch right there with Brashears finding his running back going against the linebacker in coverage, and that was Esvin Zuniga. So just a mismatch there drawn up by Stevens. That's because Esvin Zuniga, he can go. He's one of the better linebackers in the district.
Falcons are up to the line, but they won't take the snap. So that's what they're doing right now. They're getting in position to take a snap, but they're not necessarily taking a snap. They're looking to the sidelines after they see the alignment defensively. First down from the Cardinal 22. And Brashears slings the pass right side of receiver screen. They got it set up inside the 20, down to the 15, to the 10, and upended inside the 10-yard line. First and goal coming up.
Riles again, the motion man, coming from left to right, and just no one accounts for him. He finds a loose end over on the far side of the field. No one accounts for him. He was wide open.
3 of 4 in the passing game for Brashears out of the gate. First and goal for the Falcons. Here on the first time they've had the football on the offensive end. They'll look to pass again. Now looking in the corner of the end zone. Tight end's there. Overshot his man. Incomplete. Would have been 6.
Yeah, just busted coverage. Not sure what Keelantan was looking for, but Cardinals caught a break there.
They were looking for Jeremiah Rivera. Rivera, that big tight. We talked about, Kevin, that is a huge target as a tight end lined up as on the receiving side for the Falcons.
Yeah, he's definitely a big kid, and he's going to pose some problems. And
second down and goal from the Cardinals 7 for the Falcons. Brashears sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff, going to keep it on a read, runs right side, got a block, takes it inside, touchdown, Brashears.
Yeah, he made 2 men miss over on that far side, and Brashears just did everything on his own right there.
On the replay, you can see that KK Brashears was able to wait for the blocks to develop, and then took it into the house for the first score of the game. Again, we do not have live video, but we do have the ability to bring you an occasional replay on this game. 6-0 ball game. We saw the field goal kicker warming up with 50-yard field goals, and he was putting them through the uprights against the wind. Sails this one with the wind at his back through, and it's good. It's a 7-0 ball game. We'll keep it here. We'll take our timeouts at strategic times right now. But again, Kevin, you go back to that touchdown run. We'll take a look at it. Patience, watch the blocks, and this is the quarterback that you have to respect, that he can run the ball at any time.
Right, and there were a couple missed tackles, and that's uncharacteristic of the Cardinals. And Paul Price just took a bad angle. But you go back to that 3rd and 10, Harlingen had them right where they wanted, and they were able to convert on 3rd down.
So 8:43 left here in the first quarter, and Stevens on top, and that all started, Kevin, with short field opportunity. You get a drive to start near the midfield stripe, a lot of advantage goes in the offensive end.
Right, especially when you have an offense as prolific as the Falcons with Brashears and what he does offensively. And you know, we saw a little bit of mix and match there. We saw Brashears use his legs, we saw him use his arm. They didn't stretch the field much. A lot of crossing routes, a lot of screens.
Didn't look like Harlingen was going to slow him down either. Second kickoff of the ball game for the Falcons. It's a line drive kick, and this one again will sail this time near the corner. Did it go out of bounds? There's no penalty flag. They'll say it just got the end zone. So the Cardinals will start a second drive from their own 25.
Yeah, it just clipped that pylon. It looked from up here as if the ball may have gone out at the 1, maybe the 2-yard line. Oh, this is a big drive here for Harlingen offensively, and Joe Zuniga, he's heading back out onto the field. He's a tough kid, and they're going to need to establish something here. The last thing they can do is go with 3 and out here.
Zuniga heavily taped on his left ankle. Has 4 receivers on the right side. They'll set up a screen pass. They've got some blocking out across the 30-yard line. That's a 6-yard gain, a pass completion to Justin Galvan.
Yeah, they're going to need to get Justin Galvan involved in this offense. They loaded up everyone here on the near side with 4 receivers to set up a block for Galvan. That's his first catch of the night, or the afternoon, excuse me.
Harlingen on second down from their own 30. 4 yards to go. They'll have 2 receivers left side, a single receiver to the short side of the field on the right. Zuniga, straight drop back, rolls out a bit. Here comes pressure, delivers it back against the grain. That play is blown up.
I'm a little surprised, Joe, that they didn't call a false start on Justin Galvan. That looked like a weird play from the get-go and a screen that just took way too much time to develop. And they were looking for Ian Solis, number 88. I don't know, that was still a little bit of a fluky play there.
Brings up 3rd down on the incomplete pass. Zuniga, I'm watching for some signs of mobility. Took a couple of steps that time and had to throw against the grain. Tough angle for him. Now he needs 4 yards to sustain the drive. Twin receivers left. He's going to roll out on a design run. Slips and fell down. Went to plant. Kevin couldn't.
Efran Meja on the tackle, and Zuniga had nowhere to go on that design quarterback run to the left. It was 2nd and 4. Looked like he lost a couple.
He did. It looked like he went to plant that foot, his left foot, as he was running that direction, and it just simply, everything went underneath, collapsing. Cardinals, the chain gang is showing it's 3rd down. It should be 4th and 4. And now there's a penalty that's going to be marched off against Stevens. Kevin, that's enough for a first down.
All right, and that's going to be the first break for the Cardinals because, like I just mentioned a couple moments ago, they could not afford to go a 3 and out, and they were staring at that right now on 3rd down, but now they have a fresh set of downs at the 36.
Zuniga on first down. Hands it off. Running in the backfield as Kian Torres hit. Gives up a lot of ground. Now he takes off to the right side. A face mask may have occurred. Is there a penalty? I don't see it yet, Kev.
Oh, there should have been a face mask. But now another injury with Torres. He got drugged down violently there
Have that
by
one
Adams.
On the play. Here's the play. And you'll see that Torres really had nowhere to go at all. gives up more ground. Here comes the face mask, and he went down in a tough way. And they're attending to him right now. Second drive, second key individual that comes up injured for the Harlingen Cardinals.
Yeah, he went down awkwardly, looked like maybe an ankle.
Stops the clock with 7:42 to go. Now he gets back up. But he again will come off the field under his own power, but he's not going to be jogging as he'll head to the trainer's table. And so there's your workhorse, as you call him, coming into this ball game, Kian Torres. Your quarterback now has an ankle injury.
Well, Isaiah Bell, number 9. Yeah, so they still have Bell, but, I mean, they like to funnel in these running backs. It's part of what they like to do, but.
Loss on the play. All the way back to the Harlingen 26-yard line. And so on second down in a bundle, they'll look to throw. Quick pass in the flats, caught by Tristan Vasquez. He's got some room. 40, 45, 47-yard line, first down Cardinals.
That's Tristan Vasquez, just snuck out the back door on that flat. They found him wide open, so some momentum there that Harlingen really needed.
That's a completed pass as Vasquez made a great move and then just outran a guy in the secondary. First down for the Harlingen Cardinals. That's a biggest play from scrimmage in the early afternoon here. Second completed pass for Zuniga on the day. Second catch for the Cardinals. Vasquez, that is. They'll look to throw again, right side, nice catch made, and just a couple yards gained. Ian Solis, talk about some hands, made a nice catch there.
Yeah, Solis came down with that one-handed grab on the quick screen, but Justin Galvan just whiffed on his block. If he's able to pick up his man.
Gain of about 2 for Harlingen. Zuniga nearly gets him to jump off sides. Didn't take the snap, and so now they'll look to the sidelines for the play from the Cardinals coaching staff. Ready to go on this play. Looks to roll out, left side directing traffic, delivers a ball. It's picked off at the 39 across the 40.
Yeah, just a bad decision there from Zuniga. Did not see Darius Ellis. There's a flag, Joe.
All right, the flag is right where the tackle occurred.
So it's probably after the interception.
So we'll take a look as Zuniga was directing traffic. So it right now will go as a turnover, unless they're going to call something defensively. They'll call it against Harlingen. And that is after the interception, Kevin. And so this will be another short field to work with for San Antonio Stevens. And so it is a first down play for Stevens. And they'll look to throw on first down, or will they? Brashears waits, takes it, will throw. Looking right side all the way, delivers it, and a sliding catch is made inside the Cardinal 40. Nice job of hanging on, Ian Riles, and staying in bounds.
Yeah, Hernandez was able to, was that 20 or 26?
For the
Stevens, I thought that was Hernandez, number 20. But
Ian Riles caught that, number 80. They caught that pass.
Okay, the 2 and the 8. Okay, I gotcha.
So it was a second down and 4. They'll call that second and 6. It's a 4-yard gain for the Stevens Falcons. They scored on their first drive. They'll look to throw again. Pass is caught across the Cardinal 30, dragging a couple of fumble, and the Cardinals recover at the 26-yard line.
How about that? You need a big play, you're going to get one. The Cardinals just stripping that football loose.
Receiver was just working through defenders, and it just got stripped out of his hands.
How about that?
And so a completed pass and a fumble.
Mordell, that's J.C. Mordell. He's had a big year for this Cardinal defense, and it's been one of the better surprises on this defense. He stripped that football loose.
Cardinals on first down. Zuniga on an option, pitches it out. They'll run it left-hand side, trying to get to the corner. 30-yard line, 35. That's a gain of about 9. You'll take that to Isaiah Bell, or is there a flag, though?
Yeah, there's a flag on the far side. This one's probably going to be coming back.
Bell got to the corner. They will call a penalty. It will be against the Harlingen Cardinals, and you can hear by the response of the crowd, Kevin, no love for the men in stripes by the visiting team right now.
Yeah, they're going to call a hold there, and that's going to negate that option run from Bell, and that's going to put Harlingen behind the sticks. It's 1st and 20 now, and those are what they call drive killers.
Clock running. We are at the under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Each team has turned it over. Cardinals are trying to capitalize after causing a fumble. They face a first down and a bundle. They'll look to throw a deep ball downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. Kevin, a lot of jockeying down there downfield for that pass.
Yeah, they were looking for Solis, and there was a lot of contact, but yeah, that's a good non-call there from the officials.
Coverage by Jaden Lopez, a junior defensive back. Once he got in the lane of the wide receiver, he just stood his ground and never let him run through him. The receiver tried to do that. He couldn't step aside, just tried to run straight through him. And a lot of times you'll see a receiver do that to try to pick up a flag. Nothing doing now. 2nd and 25 for the Cardinals. They'll shift an empty backfield. Zuniga looks to throw, showing some mobility now, directing traffic again, delivers a pass in traffic, tipped and incomplete.
Yeah, you can't do that at this level. These kids at this level just have too much closing speed. A lot of black jerseys around there. Jaden Lopez, number 24 for Stevens.
See on the right side of your screen there. And that is a tip ball, a golden opportunity for safeties to make the play after the D-backs get their hands on it. 3rd and 25. Cardinals got to get it to their own 37 to get a first down. They're taking the snap at their 16. Zuniga looks to pass. Right side, it's complete on a screen play across the 20, 25-yard line. They'll gain 15, Isaiah Bell, but they needed a bunch more.
It was 3rd and 20. They got 15.
It was 25, so that was...
Oh, okay. So it's 4th and 8 now.
Yeah, 4th and 8, so they'll have to punt the ball. So each team turns it over. Nobody capitalizes off of that for points. Cardinals look to punt. Here comes penalty flags raining all over the field as the snap occurred. Looks like a false start against Harlingen.
It's going to push him back 5 more yards. That was a promising drive. They made a couple big plays, but it all started with that holding penalty, that put them behind the sticks. And, last week we saw a couple of penalties, a couple of holding penalties that went against Brownsville-Hanna, and Coach Tino Villarreal alluded to those as drive killers. Essentially, that's what they are.
Cardinals back in punt formation. Again, it's an audio broadcast, my friends. We tried for the video rights, didn't get them. See some fans that are tuning in. Here's a punt, another short punt this time, and for a 3rd time, San Antonio Stevens will start a drive with right at half the field to go. This one will start at their own 49.
Right, it's going to be their 3rd drive, and, the defense is doing their part. A couple of big plays on that first drive, given they had to go up against a short field. They forced a turnover, and see, when you get to this level, when you play teams of this caliber, when you force those turnovers, you have to execute. You have to get points in some shape or form.
KK Brashears brings the offense onto the field. This time he'll start with an empty backfield. 2 receivers slide out to the left-hand side. He's got a slot receiver out in the left as well. Now a man in motion left to right, and he'll fake the handoff and run himself. Drilled, down he goes.
That's another big play from this Cardinal defense, and who other than J.C. Mortarell, who stripped that football loose earlier and comes up with a big hit.
Brashears will field this one. He took that big hit. Second down, a loss of a yard on that play.
He's representing that number 32 quite well. Gabriel Martinez wore that number for quite a few years. He did a lot of hits like that.
Second down for the Falcons. They'll look to pass, sling a pass left, picked off by the Cardinals. 50, 45, 40, and a big play right there.
Juan Garcia does not bite on the pump fake, Joe. How about that? Brashears faked the bubble. Garcia didn't bite on the pump. He stayed home. And Brashears just did not see Garcia there. Second turnover in the quarter, Joe. Back-to-back drives. And again, when you force these turnovers at this level, you have to execute.
Cardinals will see the drive start at the San Antonio Stevens 38-yard line. So the field position, if nothing else, has flipped. And Harlingen in great shape to start a drive. Zuniga sets him down on first down.
Well, it's their best starting field position of the afternoon.
Zuniga looks to throw, has time, slings a pass left side, it's dropped. Into and out of the hands of Isaiah Bell.
Yeah, Bell just was out there on the flat at the 40, and that's the drop pass.
Zuniga now starting in the game, 4 of 10 for 46 yards. Cardinals will have a second down. Consecutive play or possessions in which the defense has forced a turnover for the Harlingen Cardinals. And second and 10. Zuniga drops back to throw. Waits, delivers, hit as he throws. Pass complete. Outside to 30, stretching forward to the 30-yard line. Second effort right there.
Tristan Vasquez came on the motion. They faked the jet sweep, then they wound up going to him by design on what looked like a wheel route. But Tristan Vasquez, my goodness, he knew he was going to get hit as soon as he caught that football. That's a gutsy effort right there.
His third catch of the afternoon. He gains 8 on the play. It's 3rd and 2 for Harlingen. Zuniga looks to the sideline. Play clock still at 19. Plenty of time to take this snap. Cardinals trying to at least move the chains and try to gain something out of this turnover. Zuniga waits. Play clock down to 5. Drops back to throw. Pressure. Delivers a pass underneath. It's caught. And on the run is Justin Galvan. First down inside the 20 down to the 19.
Justin Galvan lined up on the line of scrimmage. Then he came back in the slot. Then he just ran across the field uncontested. And just a good design play there on a crossing route from Galvan. Defense didn't account for him.
For Galvan, that's his second catch of the day. New set of downs. Cardinals in a red zone possession as Galvan takes the snap for the 19. Slings a pass right side. It's caught by Isaiah Bell. Got a block. Got inside the 10. Down to the 6-yard line. First and goal coming up.
Perfectly executed screen. One of the best screens we've seen all afternoon. Both Solis and Galvan were able to pick up their block, and Bell was able to catch the football this time around, and he had a lot of real estate in front of him.
First and goal, Harlingen Cardinals. Zuniga now has connected on his last 3 in the game. Cardinal fans making some noise now. Again, there's a bunch of them down here below us at Buccaneer Stadium. Bell sets up in the backfield next to Zuniga. Shifts out and they'll look to pass right side to him. He'll catch it one-handed, spins. Got a block on the outside corner. Got inside the 5 down to about the 3.
You got to execute. You got to execute here down in the red zone. I know it gets tough. Defenses tend to clamp down just a little bit down here in the red zone. But if you're the Cardinals, Joe, you need a touchdown. There's no such thing as a goalpost. No field goals. You need a touchdown.
From the 4-yard line, it'll be second and goal for Joe Zuniga and the Harlingen offense. He brings them up. Tight set up the middle. Single receiver wide right is Justin Galvan. Now shifting out of the backfield is Bell to join him on that right side. Zuniga rolls out right side, gonna run. Now reverses the left side. End zone. Touchdown, Joe Zuniga.
They loaded everyone up to the right. And Zuniga took a couple steps to his right, got the defense to bite, then cut back up into the end zone for the touchdown. Couple Cardinal turnovers forced by their defense, and That was a good-looking drive right there from the Cardinals.
Good finish as well by Joe Zuniga, who went down again on the third play from scrimmage with an ankle injury and showed the ability to get to the corner. Extra point is boomed away into the wind and through and good. And we are tied at 7 apiece. Harlingen and San Antonio Stevens all knotted up. Kevin, we kind of expected a tight, close ball game between these two teams.
Yeah, well, especially when you look at the defenses and what both these defenses can do. And right now, that coming into this game, the Cardinals only allowing 8 points per game. Yeah, but they played Donna North, they played Harlingen South. They haven't played a formidable opponent yet, but that's living up to the bill right now. This defense has come to play, and I think right now Stevens is a little shell-shocked.
When you turn it over on back-to-back possessions, it can get in your head when you send the offense onto the field this next time out.
And in the way they're doing it, the way they're hitting, the way they're stripping that football away.
Tee it up at the 40. Cardinals kicking into the wind. Get a sunshine-soaked field here at Buccaneer Stadium on a Saturday afternoon. And this one finally feels like a playoff atmosphere.
It really does. And last night in Laredo, it certainly felt like a playoff game. It was cold. It was at night. We had a big crowd. It was loud. The game went into overtime. Little sense of normalcy.
Short kickoff fielded by the 20, and here come the Falcons across the 25 to the right side of the 30 and stretching it forward to the 33-yard line. This is their worst field position to start a drive, though, Kevin.
Right, and I think if you're KK Brashears, I think right now you need to go back to what works. That first drive, they used a lot of screens. They used a lot of design quarterback runs. If they can get back to that, I think they'll be okay. Right now the momentum is clearly with the Cardinals, but if you're on the Falcons side, it's just about weathering this storm here. And believe it or not, there's 28 seconds left in the first quarter. We're still in the first quarter.
Still in the first quarter.
A lot of action.
Brashears is 5 of 8 for 60 yards in the passing game. He's been picked once. In the running attack, he's run the ball twice for 6 yards. He's been instrumental in every play from scrimmage offensively. He's going to hand it or run it again. Left-hand side, slips out across the 40. Gain 9 on that play.
A little extracurricular activity.
I would call that a lot of extracurricular activity.
Yeah, and I'm surprised, Joe, there's no flag on San Antonio Stevens. There should have been a flag.
Manny Gomez raced out a good, 15 yards onto the field?
Just about almost to the hash marks. There should have been a flag.
2 players over the top of his, and that's the way the first quarter will come to an end. We head to the second quarter. Nothing decided here. 7 apiece. San Antonio Stevens, Harlingen Cardinals. From Buccaneer Stadium. We'll be right back with more after this.
Download the free Fox Sports Southwest Football Friday app. Get live high school scores from across the state. Check out team schedules and show your school spirit live online. Download the best high school football app in Texas. Search Football Friday. Friday high school football isn't over till you watch High School Scoreboard live. Final scores, the big plays from gridiron games across the state.
Be a part of the most watched high school football show in Texas.
Friday night on Fox Sports Southwest.
Would you like to help needy kids and win some great prizes? For every $100 donation to Sunny Glen Children's Home Big Ticket Fundraiser, you can earn a chance to win prizes like a new Ford Bronco.
And we are back here for the second quarter as it begins. Harlingen Cardinals, that's a little loud. Harlingen Cardinals taking on San Antonio Stevens. First play from scrimmage for the second quarter. Brashears rolls out, looks to throw the ball, threw it into no man's land. Nobody over there, Kevin.
Did he get it past the original line of scrimmage? Because the coaches are trying to plead their case for intentional grounding.
If he did, it was by a quarter of a yard. That's it. No penalty on the play.
There it is. There it is.
Penalty. They had to wait and discuss it.
I don't think he got it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that'll be the discussion as the officials are talking it over. He definitively threw the ball in a direction where there was no receivers with one about, Kevin, 30 yards?
There was no one in the area. He was out of the pocket. And then I don't think he got it past the line of scrimmage. I think that's what Coach Gomez is trying to plead his case to the officials here. But the flag did come in late. Now they're talking about it at the 35.
Ball was thrown back in about the spot where Brashears let the pass go, and the response is your Harlingen Cardinal fans, as it will be penalty yards taxed against San Antonio Stevens. They'll take it back inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That'll be a loss of down. It's third down. And now 14 yards to go for the Stevens Falcons. Brashears looking to the sideline. Some confusion.
Yeah, the line judge blew his whistle and pointed at himself. I think this is going to be an official timeout. Joe, we talked about weathering the storm. And albeit, yes, they're 6-4, they're 5-3, the Stevens team, but they haven't been in the playoffs in 5 years. This is all new territory to them. So we'll see how this offense responds.
Brashears is ready on a 3rd and 14.
False start.
And a false start.
Yeah, that's the right side of the offensive line.
So now you are seeing, Kevin, what we would call playoff jitters.
Right
now by San Antonio Stevens.
Right, David Garcia, the right guard, just got a little antsy there. And this is what we talked about. You know, the wheels are spinning. How can they weather this storm? Because right now the momentum's clearly with these Cardinals.
The Cardinals, do you dial up something big pressure-wise, or do you just contain everyone and make sure they don't get a first down
it's
here?
3rd and 20, and this is where Manny Gomez and Coach Ray De Leon, this is where they thrive. They love to dial up the blitz.
They are showing blitz from the right-hand side. They'll back off. Another penalty flag thrown. Who's this one on?
Well, this looks like probably a delay of game because no one jumped on the Cardinal side. And it is.
5 more.
Oh, my goodness. The wheels are really spinning right now for Stevens.
Line of scrimmage when this set it down started was the 34. Football now back inside the 20 for the San Antonio Stevens Falcons, as they'll now have to go. They're calling it 3rd and 25 on this play. What do you dial up here on the offensive end for KK Brashears?
Probably look to a screen. Keep an eye on Edwin Zuniga. Ramon Huerta coming off the edge.
Brashears tried to get him to jump off sides, and the wrong side jumped again, Kevin.
This is bizarre. This is bizarre. You have both Ethan Gonzalez and Mestre Elliott at the top of the screen on the far side of the field, both sprinting downfield. They were about 6 yards ahead of the original line of scrimmage when everyone else has still stayed put.
So 5 more yards against the Stevens offense. It's been a while since they've taken a snap. We're just underway here in the second quarter.
Coach Anthony Boykin, he's about halfway on the field. He's probably just about as shocked as we are, and probably more upset. This has been a disastrous drive here for Stevens, and well, now let's see if the Cardinals will just step back and play coverage, or let's see if they'll still dial up a blitz.
Safety standing a good 20 yards or 25 yards off the line of scrimmage for the Cardinals. They're backing everyone back off. Brashears drops back to throw, sets up a screen. It's dropped, incomplete.
Yeah, there was a screen that I figured they would go to, and just a drop pass from Ethan Gonzalez. That's 2 drop passes from Gonzalez. So just a disastrous drive there for Stevens. They get the football back. They need an answer. They need to find a way to weather the storm. And it was just culminated with penalties, drop passes. Don't be surprised if they bring the house here.
It's 4th down. It's punting situation, and the punter will stand inside his 5-yard line to receive the punt. Gets it away, nearly blocked. Wobbly kick out across the 40-yard line. Takes a bounce for the Falcons to about the 47. And now we see Harlingen with field position, and there's a penalty flag thrown. Kevin at the 20-yard line. It's either acting or someone really did get hit.
I think an Emmy can probably be given out there to Nathan Huerta, but I think this one's going to go against Stevens. It's always the second guy that gets the slap on the wrist.
Oh, it's against the Cardinals. Or no, it's against Stevens.
It's against Stevens, yeah.
I did see a Cardinal. I saw 2 players together.
Right.
And then I saw a Cardinal flop back.
Yeah, Huerta kind of flopped back.
I always called that a good soccer move.
Yeah. Look for the Cardinals to go deep here. Look for them to take their shot.
won't have to go too deep as the ball's at the 33-yard line of the Falcons to start the drive. And Joe Zuniga and company are in good shape here after trailing early 7-0. They scored last time they had the ball, and now they start a drive at the Falcon 33.
Maybe even a little trickery here. Right now they got this team on their heels.
5 receivers set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Zuniga to throw over the middle, caught, 15-yard line, first down.
There's the shot I alluded to, right down the seam. Spreaded everyone out, spread the defense. They found their man Ian Solis. Right now Joe Zuniga's in the zone.
First down for Harlingen at the 15-yard line. For Joe Zuniga. They've loaded up everyone on the left side, looking for a screenplay there. They'll fake that and go deep in the end zone. Incomplete pass, penalty flag thrown.
I think that's going to go against the secondary. And you see how they had 2 offensive linemen lined up out wide.
They had 5 men lined up on the left side as if it were just going to be a straight screen pass. And then the wide receiver slipped out of that and went on the deep route, and that's where the defensive hold was occurring inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark the ball all the way down to the Stevens right at the 10-yard line. At least that's where they're standing right now. They're still backing the Cardinals offense off and edging a little further downfield to about the 7.5. Half the distance on this one. That should be about the spot they put it down.
Yeah, that play was by design, and that happened. That with that is because you've been able to execute on your screens.
Will be first down, but now first and goal for the Harlingen Cardinals. Joe Zuniga and company trying to take the lead here in this ball game. Zuniga rolls out, looking, delivers a pass right side. It's bounced around and caught inside the 5, down to about the 2. Is he in? Touchdown!
Tristan Vasquez. That was almost a scary play there for the Cardinals. Vasquez bobbled that football, was able to haul it in, and then a rugby scrum for about 3 or 4 yards into the end zone on that quick screen. That ball was up in the air, Joe, for about 2-3 seconds. Says, someone come and get me. And then Vasquez just lowers his shoulder and gets pushed into the end zone for a touchdown. What a play.
6 points on the board for the Harlingen Cardinals, and the extra point is also good. Cardinals 14, Stevens 7. Keep it right here. No, we'll take a break. Back after this.
Flex Watch, Cowboys tickets, and more. Donate today at sunnyglen.org.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Apply to the university that offers 98 unique degree plans. The university where 99% of students receive financial assistance. The university where you belong. Apply to Texas A&M University Kingsville today.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Back here at Buccaneer Stadium, and the Harlingen Cardinals will be kicking off, and away we go. They lead 14-7 in the second quarter, a deep kick, and that's into the end zone and out. And the Stevens Falcons now, Kevin, are going to have to regroup after consecutive drives in which they turned it over and then a disastrous drive on the penalty side. They got to regroup now, trailing 14-7.
They got to regroup, and they got to regroup quickly because the previous 2 drives resulted in turnovers. They had that fumble, they had the interception, and then they had that last drive that you just talked about with all the penalties. So right now, again, go back to what works. Go back to that first drive and go back to your bread and butter.
It is an audio broadcast. We do have some replays that we're able to sprinkle in from time to time on this, but it is an audio broadcast. We appreciate you tuning in. First down play for Stevens. They'll have it set up a screen play. Set it on the left-hand side, get it out across the 30-yard line. Gain of about 6 on that play. Got it back in the hands of Ian Riles.
Yeah, Riles on that first drive did a pretty good job, and now they're quickly getting back to the line. Let's see if they're going to maybe go to maybe a hurry-up offense here.
Came down a little shorter than I thought. It's a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6. Brashear slings a pass left side, another screen pass to Elliott. Elliott takes on 2 tacklers, driven out of bounds. Big body, though, gains 3 yards, close to first down yardage.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and short coming up, and he's a big body, and it's going to take more than one Cardinal to bring him down. We saw that earlier when they forced that strip sack on him.
3rd and right at 3 yards to go for San Antonio Stevens. KK Brashears is now 7 of 12 in the air through 69 yards. Needs 3 to get a first down here. Looks to throw, delivers a pass left sideline, and overshoots everybody. Incomplete, and he was hit as he threw the ball, too.
Yeah, the pressure was there from Nathan Huerta, but I don't know. It was 4th and 3, and they went deep. Or it was 3rd and 3, and they went deep. Now it's 4th down. I don't know. I don't know if I like that play call. They only needed 3. They went for 10.
And now they'll have to punt the ball, and so the momentum does stay on the side of the visitors, the Harlingen Cardinals. Tristan Vasquez drifts back, and as he stands at his own 40, steps across that near the 48. Cardinals should get, again, good field position to start a drive, barring some big-time punt. Pressure, punter on a rugby-style kick gets it away. Booms one away from the return man, takes a roll at the 34 and down there. And Harlingen will take over at their own 34, leading 14-7 here in this contest.
9:37 left here in the first half. Cardinals with the football and the momentum, and I'm telling you that one big play is coming, that one trick play that Harlingen likes to throw in here and there. So
get this, the Cardinals have generated right at 100 yards of offense here in this contest.
Well, the defense has forced those 2 turnovers. That's been the turning point here in this football game.
101 through the air, negative yards on the ground right now for Harlingen, as they are set to go on a first down play. New football onto the field. Again, it's a sunny day. It's getting warmer by the minute here, even though the wind's blowing out of the north. I thought we were in for a cool, perhaps even some rain in the mix as we were driving up here.
I thought so too, but it's blue skies here in Corpus.
Zuniga is ready to go. Sends a man in motion left to right. Takes a snap, hands it off. They'll run it right side to Bell. Takes on a tackler. Out across the 32, that's about it.
Superintendent Dr. Arturo Cavazos here in attendance. Joseph Villarreal, his right-hand man.
Cardinal offense back up to the line as Zuniga sets him down. Set up with that bunch of receivers over on the left-hand side again. Cardinals with just 4 men up front. Zuniga takes a snap, drops back to throw, slings it right side. It's caught. Nice move, and yards after the catch for a first down for Justin Galvan.
And that's what Justin Galvan brings to the table. The yards after the catch. I mean, he grew up with his brothers Jesse and Jaime Galvan, so he knows how to play some football.
Justin ends up getting enough for a first down for the Cardinals. They'll look to pass left-hand side on a screen play, runs into his own man, gave up yardage, stays on his feet. Vasquez fights for a 2-yard maybe gain. He'll probably get 1.
You know, Tristan Vasquez, I like his style of play. He reminds me a lot of Joe Reyna from a couple of years ago. Similar body type, similar style of wide receiver. He's been a pleasant surprise for Coach Bubba Ledesma's offense.
Give him a gain of a yard. We're in the second quarter. Game started by San Antonio Stevens scoring first. Harlingen has since forced a couple of turnovers and punched 2 through the end zone to take the lead. Zuniga on a 2nd and 9 play. Drops back, fakes a handoff, rolls right, looks to throw, has a man open, but he overshoots him, incomplete.
Yeah, he just threw it way behind Vasquez. He was wide open over on the far side of the flat at about the 45-yard line. It's really the first miss that Joe Zuniga's had ever since that injury, Joe. We've seen an inspired Joe Zuniga out there on the field. He's found his rhythm.
Remember, he went off on the second play that he touched the ball on a running play, ankle injury. taped up, came back out on the field, hasn't shown a sign that that's affected him at all. Cardinals facing 3rd and 9. From their own 46, Zuniga empties the backfield, looks to pass over the middle, got a man wide open, 40-yard line, that's a first down. They'll stop the run right there, but that's a good 12-yard pitch and catch.
Right on a dime, Ian Solis just down the seam. But you see what they're doing, Joe, is that they're sending out Bell out in motion, out into the screen. The linebackers are accounting for him, and when they do that, that opens up that middle of the field, and that's what the Cardinals are doing because they've been able to execute those screen plays.
Solis gained 12 on the play. 13 of 20 in the passing game for Joe Zuniga unofficially here in the first half. Cardinals on her first down play. Zuniga again waits, looks to throw right away. Has time, waits. Gonna run up the field. Got a couple, and we saw there, Kevin, he's not at full speed when it comes to running.
No, he's not. He's running a little gingerly, but right there he missed Justin Galvan, who came on the motion from the top, from the far side. He had him open on that crossing route, just missed him.
Always neat to see. It's neat to call a game when you're this close to the coaching staff, because you can hear big plays coming before it even happens in a lot of cases. Cardinals on a second down play. Pitch out left side. It's Bell on the run. Rumbles forward. Got to about the 31 of the Stevens Falcons. That's a gain of 2. 3rd and 4 coming up. And right now, Kevin, if you're the Falcons, you want to stop this right here and right the ship.
Right. It's 3rd and 7, and this is a big play here in this ball game because there's 6.5 left. The Cardinals are in full control here in this second quarter. If Stevens can come up with a turnover, come up with a stop, get the football back.
3rd and 4 for Zuniga and the Harlingen Cardinals. He'll go under center with Bell in the backfield. He'll take it, pitch back, left side. Bell looking for a block, got it across the 30, stretches forward, might have got a first down. It's going to be close.
Yeah, on that second lunge there, I think he was able to pick up the first down. Right now they haven't moved the stick. The officials are signaling 4th down.
It looked like his knees may have come down, and then he stretched forward, and they will mark it down where the knees hit the turf. And so Harlingen looks to the sideline on a 4th and about a half yard to go. Up 14-7, and right now it looks like they're going to go for this. Pivotal opportunity here for the Falcons to make a stop. Cardinals trying to sustain momentum that they've picked up here in this first half. Zuniga looks at the play clock. It's down to 2. They'll call a timeout and talk it over. Kevin, you're talking it over, and what are you looking at here on this one? It's 4th and short. Cardinals got to believe they can get that, but the running game has not been a powerhouse right now.
Right, but you need 1 yard, so I think it's just gonna be backyard football. You're gonna line up your best guy, Hayden Mann, and then you're gonna line up your best running back, Isaiah Bell, and just follow your man. Follow where Hayden Mann can clear a path for you, or you can go to quarterback sneak with Joe Zuniga. I don't know, it's a tough defensive line here, but you can go a hard count.
Cardinals have the football. 4th and 1 from the San Antonio Stevens 27.5. If they get to 27, they got a first down. Football stretched just beyond that. Bell is the feature back because Kian Torres went down with an ankle injury. They tried to tape his ankle. He's sitting on a bench behind the Harlingen sideline. Don't think we'll see a return of him, as we've seen with Joe Zuniga, who returned after also going down with an ankle injury. Now, right now, Zuniga lines up as a receiver on the right side. As Bell lines up, he'll take a direct snap, at least that's how it appears, as they first set this up on 4th and a yard. Bell takes a snap, he's gonna run. Left-hand side, got a first down as he gains 4.
Yeah, they loaded up everyone to the left side, and like I said, get your best blocker, Hayden Mann, on the tackles position, and get your best running back. That's just simple backyard football right there.
.526 and counting here in the first half. Direct snap to Bell for the first down. Cardinals' new set of downs from the 23 of the Falcons of the San Antonio Stevens. Zuniga pitch back to Bell on the left side, hitting the backfield this time, and down he goes.
And they went back to that toss.
Luis Paz III, the senior linebacker, was the first guy back there.
Yeah, Boz is one of their better linebackers. And right now, Joe, Cardinals, they have the lead. They have the momentum clearly, but, we're under 5 minutes to go with 4:50 left. There's no rush. There's no rush here if you're the Cardinals. You can take your time. You can milk as much clock as you want.
Cardinals also will be looking ahead the second half, and Stevens will actually get the ball to start the second half. Cardinals would like to get a 2-score lead going in. Zuniga wants to throw. Slings it right side. That's caught in the flats across the 20-yard line, and then they'll blow the play dead.
And that was Zach Salceda.
Got the catch. Not enough for a first down for Salceda, his first catch of the night. Cardinals now facing a third down and about 3 yards to go. They're in no real hurry either. They are being very patient.
Yeah. There's 10 on the play clock, 3:54 on the game clock. So right now, again, the momentum is with Harlingen. They're in no rush to get a play going right now.
They have 2 timeouts left, and they'll use 1. You could see some frustration there by one of the wide receivers. Zach Sauceda was standing closest to the coaches when he realized they were going to have to call a timeout. These players are realizing what's on the table right now for the Harlingen Cardinals. You get a 2-score lead, and you take that in the halftime locker room, it changes a lot of the approach in the second half.
Right, it does, and you're going to go in with the momentum and a little bit of swagger. Not a little bit. You're going to go into that locker room with some swagger because the way this first drive was adding up, it looked like it got a little scary for a little bit, but the defense forced turnovers. They've been able to execute. They've been able to find their groove offensively, albeit as strange as it is, they haven't had any sort of running game.
No.
But that's not that's typical of Harlingen, but they're not known for your power football. They're not known for running the football. They're going to go to the screens. They're going to go to the quick outs, and then they're going to take their shots. So this is kind of a norm, more or less, for this Cardinal offense.
And the Cardinals do get one of those feature backs, and he's a premier athlete. They'll get him the ball. But right now they're just taking and stretching the field with receivers and short passing game and allowing Joe Zuniga to pick this team apart right now. 3rd and 4 for Harlingen. After the timeout, Zuniga to throw. Pitches it to Bell right side. Ran out of bounds around the 15. He's going to be close to first down yardage. Kevin, right now it looks like he's short by a couple of yards on that gain. Cardinals bring in the field goal unit immediately, and they'll set this ball down on the right hash mark at the 24-yard line, a 34-yard attempt. This is certainly well within the range of Connor Reedon. Kick is away, and it is good. That's Joseph Garza, no good.
It's no good. It's no good, and that is a huge momentum swing for this Stevens team because that was a very long drive for the Cardinals, and they come up empty. That's kind of, you're just taking a needle and popping a balloon right there. Really the first sign of life for Stevens, and now an opportunity for them to execute. They got 3:41 left, and that one's going to hurt for Harlingen because they were going to take the points. I agree with the call, 4th and 3, put up points before the half, make it a 10-point, 2-possession game. But right now,
from their own 20, San Antonio Stevens offense back on the field. It's been a while. Brashears takes a snap, drops back to throw, has time, delivers over the middle. It's going to be a sliding catch, and that's made out of the 39.
That was a good catch by Dawson Brown. Just down the seam and quickly. Stevens is down to the 39-yard line.
First down play. They'll pass it right side. A false start is called.
This game just has about every twist and turn, and you're seeing some points that the writer in me is kind of marking down. Okay, this was a big play, could affect it later. This was a big play, could affect it later, that being those 2 turnovers. And now that missed field goal, it's going to be check mark in my head, and let's see how large that missed field goal is going to loom here in the back half of this first half.
3:29 to go. It's first down, but now 15 yards to go for San Antonio Stevens from their own 35. Brashear's going to pass, now going to run. Stays out beyond the line of scrimmage, delivers a pass now, and it's going to be completed out across the 46 yards after the catch. He went back to Ian Riles. Sears did everything but cross that line of scrimmage before delivering that pass.
There's 3 minutes and counting, and now it's on the opposite side of the spectrum, and Stevens now, they can take their time.
Pass play over the middle. Nice catch inside the Cardinal 35. Now the football's knocked loose, and it may be recovered. Let's see.
I think Stevens was able to come back on top of that loose football, but that was a beautiful catch. Still no call yet, Joe.
Cardinals are saying they got it.
Cardinal football.
And the officials give them the ball.
Cardinals have the football.
Saw there on the replay, that ball was bouncing around, and it looked like San Antonio Stevens was going to get it.
It did. It looked like Stevens came back on top of the loose ball.
I think that's just a case where a Cardinal outfights a Falcon.
Yes.
For the loose ball, and another turnover by San Antonio Stevens here in the first half. Kevin, I got him down for 3.
Yeah, 3. And J.C. Mardell, I mean, you talk about stepping up and making plays. J.C. Mardell is the MVP of this first half.
First down play for the Cardinals from their own 26-yard line. Zuniga takes a snap, hands it off on a jet sweep, and that will go nowhere. They'll lose yards on the play.
I mean, Stevens had everything going for them. And then another turnover.
Eric Keontan on the carry that time for Harlingen on the jet sweep, but that went negative. Loss of a couple. First half action here. Harlingen has 1 timeout. Stevens has 2 remaining. Cardinals from their own 20, call it the 26-yard line. Zuniga rolls right, fires it right, caught across the 35-yard line, out to the 39, maybe the 40-yard line. Went back to Justin Galvan.
No question coming into this year was who are going to be the weapons, who are going to step up and help Justin Galvan. Harlingen has had guys like Solis and Keelan Tanjo who were in Class 6A, and you're seeing Eric Keelan play all 3 phases. He's playing the kick return, corner, and he's also playing receiver. It's rare when you get this at the Class 6A level.
13-yard gain, 2:04 remaining in the half. Cardinals on first down from their own 39. Zuniga back to throw, slings it to Galvan on the left side, trying to get out of bounds, fumbles the football, but it's out of bounds, out across the 46. That's enough gain for 7.
I saw what you were doing there. You saw how wide open Galvan was on that flat, so you were already calling the play before it happened. That's what they've been doing all afternoon long. They send Galvan in motion. He's been open in those little flats.
Zuniga has done a masterful job at directing the show for the Cardinals after that first drive and then the second drive in which they turned it over. Since then, they have executed. 2nd and short, call it 2. Zuniga rolls out, has time, delivers a pass over the middle of the field, and it's overthrown.
Yeah, good non-call there from the officials. They went deep over the middle to Eric Gillen, and I like the shot. It's 2nd and 2. Take your shot downfield. They're not shying away from Leonard Adams.
Pressure by the Falcons was coming right up the middle at Zuniga as well, and he stood his ground, Kevin. He is showing no signs that he hurt his ankle early in this ballgame.
And that all just stems to what they preach there at Harlingen, the MTXC, the mental toughness, extra effort. That's what that is right there, and I'm just really impressed with Zuniga. He's a warrior this afternoon.
3rd down and a short 2. They will fake the handoff, sling a pass right side. That's caught, and a first down and a bunch more across the 45 down to the 43. Football comes loose. Looks like the Falcons got it.
He did. He fumbled it at the last waning second right there, and that was a good play from Tristan Vasquez, who had the first down, but that ball just got knocked loose at the last second. And now the Falcons come up with a huge turnover, and back and forth we go. That one's going to hurt. Harlingen had the first down on 3rd and short.
So Stevens gets a little life here to close out the first half. And Kevin, I'm telling you, if somebody can score heading into the halftime locker room, advantage their side to start the third quarter.
Right.
Regardless of the score. Brashears is ready. Takes a low snap, and here comes penalty flags again.
It's going to be another false start. Now you're in a situation where it's 1:41 left. You're going to throw your 2-minute offense out there. I'm not 100% sure on how much faith Coach Boynton has in his kicking team, but right now you need something. You need something. Ideally, you would like a touchdown, but if you can get a field goal, any kind of momentum to take with you into the half, they need to take it.
Another penalty. They've been plagued by penalties in the first half. Brashears now on 1st and 15 from his own 40, or check that 36. Drops back, a deep drop. Now he fires it down the left sideline. That's going to be incomplete.
That was broken up at the last second.
Looking for Ian Riles. He was actually double teamed down there.
Yeah, Nate Rodriguez, the safety, came over and brought some help and just knocked that one away at the last possible second. It was a good thing he turned his back to the ball, though.
Brings up 2nd and 15 for San Antonio Stevens, and the Falcons again trying to capitalize after the fumble by the Harlingen Cardinals. And 5 turnovers in this game in the first half. Brashears takes a snap, slings a quick pass left side. That's dropped right into and out of the hands of his receiver. Was that a case of hearing footsteps, Kevin, or just getting too anxious to go upfield?
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of both. Hearing some footsteps can do wonders to a receiver. But now, you're in a little bit of a tight spot here because it's 3rd and 15, 1:32 left. An incomplete pass here will stop the clock and will give the Cardinals the football back.
Pressure shown by the Cardinals up the middle. They'll back off. A pass over the middle is caught by the tight end. He's tripped up. Fell forward to the 49. That's not enough for a first down, Kevin. And right now it looks like Jeremiah Elliott, who made that catch, is shaken up.
Yeah, he went down, Joe, and hopefully he's okay, but that's a big first down.
No, he didn't get it.
Oh, he didn't get it.
He needed 15. That penalty came into play again. They gained 13 on, check at 14 on the play. They needed 15. And so the decision for San Antonio Stevens is going to be immense coming up here. You're down 14-7. There's 1:24 left. If you go for it and don't get it, you're going to hand the ball over at the midfield area to the Harlingen Cardinals. If you go for it, obviously you can do some things with it. You got 2 timeouts remaining. Right now all eyes are on their tight end, Jeremiah Elliott. Sets up, it hasn't got up yet. A couple of injuries early in this game to the Harlingen Cardinals. First to their quarterback, Joe Zuniga, who went down with an ankle injury. Followed that with Kean Torres, who went a couple plays later. Torres has not returned. Zuniga has. And we'll see as Elliott is assisted off the field if he can find a way to recover and come back into this game for the second half. Now the decision for the Falcons of San Antonio Stevens. The ball is at their 49. They got to get to the Harlingen Cardinal 49 to get a first down. It's 4th and 2. In the running game, they've had a few yards, but not many. They've been limited here today. Brashears waits for the snap on 4th and 2. Sends a man in motion. A hard count, trying to draw him off sides. That hasn't worked. Still takes a play clock down to 7, now to 6-5. They may take this down and take a timeout. They will. Cardinals did not jump. And now they'll discuss it again on the sideline for San Antonio Stevens. Do we indeed go for it on 4th and 2? They did let the clock run down, and it'll be at 1:01 left in the half. Falcons went over the sideline after calling the timeout and immediately raced right back on the field. Officials watching. The Cardinals don't have to oblige that, but yet the defense does, and so we'll get right back to the play. It's 4th and 2. Cardinals bunching up at the 50-yard line. Football sets at the 49, and they're in punt formation right now for the Falcons. Good snap, and they'll get the kick away under pressure. It's a low, wobbly kick, takes a bounce. Cardinals field at the 30, down the sideline, 35, 40-yard line. And a big hit delivered, but the Cardinals will get good field position. You'll see Tristan Vasquez kind of baited him up there on the replay. To gain that extra yard for Harlingen to start this drive. Cardinals have one timeout remaining. We're under a minute to go here in the first half. And Zuniga brings him up to the line. 4 receivers set on the right side for the Cardinals on this first down play. From their own 42, Zuniga slings a pass right side. They'll look to pass again. Back to Zuniga. Catches it, gets thrown to the ground. And there'll be a loss on the play of about 6. So trickery that time by the Cardinals, but again, Zuniga, if you look back, he's on an ankle that is as heavily taped as you'll get it. They were expecting him to make a catch, and then some yards after the catch, it didn't happen. Cardinals letting the clock run down. There's 1 second between the game clock and the play clock. And so the Cardinals will simply take a knee, and we will have the first half in the history books here at Buccaneer Stadium. 14-7 your score. The Harlingen Cardinals on top. Kevin and I will break down that first half and tell you a bunch more about what's going on Real Sports Live after this.
100 years ago, Texas UIL football began to define competitive spirit and tradition. And from that moment, we changed how the game was played. Our gridirons shaped legends. Our leaders went on to bring home national championships and Hall of Fame honors. Shattering records, some still standing today. Texas is high school football. Deeply rooted in all generations, Fox Sports Southwest and the UIL proudly celebrate 100 years of Texas high school football. Presented by Jack in the Box.
Hi fans, today's game is brought to you by New York Life. Best of luck to your team.
And I'm Danielle Goslin, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For over 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation of developing the most successful professionals in the industry.
We help to manage the process from day one and guide you on your way to success. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business,
then we would like to show you how we can help.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back here on Real Sports Live, we are at halftime, and the Harlingen Cardinals lead this one by the score of 14-7. Again, our cameras are rolling for highlights. And as the dance team performs for the Harlingen Cardinals, we'll show you the big plays of the first half. These are highlights. Cardinals lead at 14-7. Here's how we got there. Completed. It's Cardenas. Cardenas has a first down in Cardinal territory, down to the 36.
Yeah, they just flushed everybody out there. They had Riles going on a go route, and that opened up.
Long count for Brashears. Count, drops back to throw, has protection, passes it, big hit delivered, incomplete pass.
That's Eric Elandon. That's that speed we talked about in the pregame, that closing speed. That
here it's 3rd down and 10 for the Falcons. They'll drop back to throw. Brashears has a ton of time here now, throws it underneath. That's completed, and yards after the catch to the sideline, left side. That's a 1st down, another catch by Cardenas.
Yeah, that was 3rd and 10.
Cardinal 22. And Brashears slings a pass right side, a receiver screen. They got it set up inside the 20, down to the 15, to the 10, and upended inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal coming up. 2nd down and goal from the Cardinals 7. For the Falcons, Brashears sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff, going to keep it on a read, runs right side, got a block, takes it inside, touchdown, Brashears.
Yeah.
4 yards to go. They'll have 2 receivers left side, a single receiver to the short side of the field on the right. Zuniga, straight drop back, rolls out a bit. Here comes pressure, delivers it back against the grain. That play is blown up.
I'm looking at that right now on 3rd down, but now they have a fresh set of downs at the 36.
Zuniga on 1st down, hands it off. Running in the backfield as Kian Torres hit, gives up a lot of ground. Now he takes off to the right side. A face mask may have occurred. Is there a penalty? I don't see it yet, Kev. Harlingen 26-yard line. And so on 2nd down in a bundle, they'll look to throw. Quick pass in the flats, caught by Tristan Vasquez. He's got some room. 40, 45, 47-yard line, 1st down Cardinals. For the Cardinals. Vasquez, that is. They'll look to throw again, right side, nice catch made. And just a couple yards gained. Ian Soli, the sidelines for the play from the Cardinals coaching staff. Ready to go on this play. Looks to roll out, left side directing traffic, delivers a ball. It's picked off at the 39 across the 40. They'll look to throw again. Pass is caught across the Cardinal 30, dragging a couple of fumble, and the Cardinals recover at the 26-yard line. Field. Zuniga looks to throw, showing some mobility now, directing traffic again, delivers a pass in traffic, tipped and incomplete. Left-hand side, he's got a slot receiver out in the left as well. Now a man in motion left to right, and he'll fake the handoff and run himself. Drilled, down he goes.
As wore that number for quite a few years. He did a lot of hits like that.
2nd down for the Falcons. They'll look to pass, sling a pass left, picked off by the Cardinals. 50, 45, 40, and a big play right there. And 2nd and 10. Zuniga drops back to throw. Waits, delivers, hit as he throws, pass complete. Outside to 30, stretching forward to the 30-yard line. 2nd effort right there. Gain something out of this turnover. Zuniga waits, play clock down to 5. Drops back to throw, pressure, delivers a pass underneath. It's caught, and on the run is Justin Galvan. 1st down, inside the 20, down to the 19. Possession as Galvan takes the snap for the 19. Slings a pass right side. It's caught by Isaiah Bell. Got a block, got inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal coming up. Tight set up the middle. Single receiver wide right is Justin Galvan. Now shifting out of the backfield is Bell to join him on that right side. Zuniga rolls out right side, gonna run. Now reverses the left side, end zone, touchdown, Joe Zuniga.
Here, right now they got this team on their heels.
5 receivers set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Zuniga to throw, over the middle, caught, 15-yard line, 1st down.
There's the shot I alluded to, right down the seam. Spreaded everyone out, spread the defense.
Right again. Cardinals with just 4 men up front. Zuniga takes a snap, drops back to throw, slings it right side. It's caught, nice move, and yards after the catch for a 1st down for Justin Galvan. That's how it appears as they first set this up on 4th and a yard. Bell takes a snap, he's gonna run. Left-hand side, got a 1st down as he gains 4.
Yeah, they loaded up everyone.
Back on the field, it's been a while. Brashears takes a snap, drops back to throw, has time, delivers over the middle. It's going to be a sliding catch, and that's made out of the 39.
There's 3 minutes and counting, and now it's on the opposite side of the spectrum, and Stevens now, they can take their time.
Pass play over the middle. Nice catch inside the Cardinal 35. Now the football's knocked loose, and it may be recovered. 3rd down and a short 2. They will fake the handoff, sling a pass right side. That's caught, and a 1st down, and a bunch more across the 45 down to the 43. Football comes loose. Looks like the Falcons got it. Punt formation right now for the Falcons. Good snap, and they'll get the kick away under pressure. It's a low wobbly kick, takes a bounce. Cardinals field at the 30, down the sideline, 35, 40-yard line. Completed. It's Cardinals. And so that's some of your big plays here in the first half of this one. Those that are going to be watching the replay will see some Vela highlights from last night. But the audio version that we're bringing the fans, Kevin, is a good dose of highlights. It started off looking like San Antonio Stevens had this game to grasp and run away with to start the game. Big plays were happening all in their favor. Just didn't capitalize on the scoreboard when needed.
Right, they executed to perfection on that first drive. There were a couple missed tackles from Harlingen. You know, that was about a good a drive as you can ask for to start a football game. After that, everything just spiraled out of control, and you know, the Cardinals forced that fumble, albeit they weren't able to execute off of it. But on the next drive, they get the interception. The Cardinals do execute and find the end zone. And then comes that odd drive that I think that really put San Antonio Stevens on the back burner, was when they had multiple false starts. They had an ineligible man downfield. They had an intentional grounding, and it was just a bad drive all around. And then they get the football back in those last 2 minutes, and then Elliott fumbles the football, and the Cardinals get it right back. It's like everything was going right in their favor to maybe even get 3 or maybe even tie up the game, find some kind of momentum. But you know, right now I feel this game is at a standstill.
It's at a crossroads.
It's at a crossroads, right. I was trying to think of the chess terms. A stalemate. It's at a stalemate right now because, yes, Harlingen forced the turnovers. Yes, Harlingen has the lead, but Stevens was able to force a turnover on the back end of that first half. They show the spurts offensively. I think this second half is just going to come down to execution. Who can take care of the ball better, and where is that big play going to come from? And whoever makes those two things, does those two things, is going to win this football game.
Certainly both coaches are able to talk to their players on the in the locker rooms saying, let's talk about the turnovers. Let's eliminate turnovers, and then we can come out of here with a win. On the second part of it, you can look your players straight in the eye. I always like when a game gets to this point, especially these playoff games, and I talk about it often, when they can look at their players and realistically say, go out there, do this, this, and this, we can win this football game.
Right.
And you can believe it because it can happen. For either team, they can win this game.
Right, and we'll see what Stevens does with their halftime adjustments, because I felt that Harlingen made those adjustments after that first drive. They were able to force those turnovers. And, you know, we'll see what they dial up. You know, right now, you know, I think Brashears is a little rattled, just a little bit. Let's also keep in mind that Harlingen did miss that field goal. They had that long sustaining drive in that second quarter. They went for it on 4th and 1. They got it. They passed on the 4th and 3. They elected to go for the field goal. They didn't get it, and you know, it could easily be a 2-score game. So Stevens did catch a break there.
Running game, non-existent. 32 yards on the ground for the Cardinals, 15 yards on the ground on just 3 attempts rushing the football by San Antonio Stevens. Kevin, it's an all-out sellout by the Stevens Falcons in the first half that we're not even going to look to run the ball. Do you look for that to be an adjustment? Because Cardinals, their tailback, was their first 2 targets in the passing game, 20 yards, 13 yards on 2 receptions, non-existent after that.
Right, I don't think they're going to go to it, and the same goes for Harlingen. We talked about the rushing attack. I think that's going to be non-existent because both these offenses are very similar, where essentially their screen plays are going to be their runs. Their quick screens, their quick bubble routes, those routes that they run into the flats essentially are like runs with these days with these spread offenses. But I think that's what we're going to get in that second half. And yeah, I'm not expecting much of a rushing attack in the second half from either team. Cardinals
on the lead, 14-7. Let's take a look statistically from an individual perspective. Joe Zuniga, 17-25 for 164 yards through the air, was picked once and threw a touchdown pass. He hit 5 different receivers in the game. Tristan Vasquez had 6 catches for 61 yards. Justin Galvan, 5 for 44. 3 catches for Ian Solis for 29 yards. And even Isaiah Bell in the mix with 3 catches for 31 yards. On the running game, again, it was really non-existent. 5 carries for Zuniga for 11 yards. 5 also for Bell for 32 yards. Kean Torres went down on his only carry of the ball game. Didn't return. Doesn't look like he will return. Eric Keontan on a jet sweep lost a couple of yards. Kean Torres going down, Kevin, that again plays into the fact that you don't look for Harlingen to come out here and say, let's just ground and pound this thing and get out of here with a different type of win in the second half.
Yeah, I don't think so because they're only limited to now just Bell. But again, this is an offense that likes to go to those screens, as you've seen. And losing him is big because now you lose a piece to your offense. But I'm just really impressed with this receiving core because we knew what Justin Galvan was going to do. But guys like Tristan Vasquez, Eric Ilantan, and Ian Solis, guys that were not that they were non-existent last year, but these guys weren't household names on the varsity last year. So that opens up your offense a whole lot more. And the guts we're seeing from Joe Zuniga right now. I think one guy who wore the number 4 and also threw the ball left-handed, Jaime Galvan would be proud right now because Joe was Jaime's backup last year. Jaime Galvan would be pretty darn proud of what Joe Zuniga is doing. A very gutsy performance here this afternoon.
On the other side, KK Brashears, 10 of 18 in the passing game for 104 yards. He was picked once, and he ran the ball 3 times for 15 yards. Other than that, if you're talking about offense in the first half for San Antonio Stevens, non-existent. 4 catches for Ian Riles, all thrown by KK Brashears. 3 catches for Jeremiah Elliott, all thrown by KK Brashears. And 2 catches by Dominic Cardenas. We talked about that. But KK Brashears is literally taking this team on his back, Kevin. And the quarterback, we knew was a multifaceted quarterback. Throwing, running, but does he have to be a dominant force in which everything flows through him?
Well, I think he's going to need some help, and that's going to be from Ethan Gonzalez, who's their number 1 wide receiver. He has a couple of drops in the first half. They're going to need him to step up in some kind of way, make a big play, find that rhythm. That's why you are the number 1 receiver, and that's why you lead this offense. So if they can get him involved a little bit more, maybe get creative, the way Harlingen is with Justin Galvan, they're finding ways to get him the football. I think if they can get Ethan Gonzalez a little bit more involved in this offense, they could find some momentum and help out Brashears.
Stevens will get the ball to start the second half and down by a score. Do you watch for body language even as they come back out of the locker room here, Kevin, to try to see who might have an edge?
I think so. I think so because of the way that first half ended. Normally, you're going to see both these teams revved up. They're wooing. They're fired up. The same old. But because of the way that first half ended and the way that first half went, with so many things went wrong for Stevens outside of that first drive, let's see the body language more of what Stevens is going to come out like. Because we already know these guys here, Harlingen, they're going to come up revved up, ready to go. They got the momentum. They have the lead. Why wouldn't they? The question for me is going to be the Falcons. How are they going to come out? How are they going to come out on that first drive? I think that first drive is going to be very telling. And one thing that Manny Gomez mentioned earlier in the week, and what I read and what Claire Cruz wrote in an article this week, was Gomez was saying that if they're in it in the first quarter, if this game was within our reach, we have a shot, and he's not wrong.
No, and again, it was there for the taking for Stevens. They had everything scripted perfectly. Scored on the first drive. Quarterback on the opposition goes down. Throws a pick on the next drive. And yet scored 7 points. And then it goes back to 3 possessions in succession. Stevens turned it over twice, and on that third possession, it was 35 yards in penalties on consecutive plays that literally took him out of the drive, and everything else was Harlingen Cardinals from that point on, midway through into the first quarter on through the second quarter.
Yeah, that third drive was just a self-destruct mode for Stevens, and I had not seen a drive like that before. I said it was very odd to see multiple first starts all in a row. But, I mean, if you want to look at the flip side, despite all of that, they're only down by 7.
Exactly.
So, hey, I mean, there's still a whole second half to go. But, and again, we talked about the Cardinals' defense only allowing 8 points per game. And the naysayers will say, well, yeah, they played this team, they played that team. Have they been tested yet? But, hey, I think this defense is for real.
Cardinals showing it right now. Fans, again, we are on an audio broadcast here. We did apply for the video rights. We do that every week, apply for video rights, and it's a whole wave the magic wand and see what happens in order to get the rights granted. We do 2 things. We apply for the rights for the video, and then we also apply to make sure we're in place to do an audio broadcast to try to help things out. Then it's the funding. On video playoff broadcast, it's $1,000 that we're taxed right out of the gate from Fox Sports. So we're always looking in that direction. Can we get the funding in place to give the coverage that we want to put out for these specific teams? Pioneer won last night, and they're in position to play right here next Saturday. We've already applied for the video rights. I've already talked to Coach Thompson. He's already talked to Brenda Marshall. We'll be in this spot. Will it be video? Will it be audio? I'm not sure. I know we're trying for the video. But I do know that everything we're doing on Rio Sports Live is funded 100% by advertising. We do not charge schools. We do not charge fans. We won't. And therefore, the advertising funds the ship. As we enter 2021, we are in a drought, to say the least, on the advertising that's coming in. And therefore, I'm asked, the biggest Christmas present people ask me, give me some advertisers so that we can continue to do what we're doing. Cardinals have made the appearance. They're the first team back for the second half, waiting for the Stevens Falcons. Kevin and I will take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about a little bit about that Mission game that he was at last night and just what the chances are for the Pioneer Diamondbacks here on this field coming up a week from today. Back after this.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back here as we're at halftime, we saw the Cardinals arrive, Kevin. Still no sign of the Stevens Falcons as they'll enter the field. Things we're watching for, first of all, is Zuniga and the ankle. He's out there taking warm-ups. Kevin, you would never know he turned his ankle early in this game.
No, you wouldn't. And, I mean, that's just a testament to that kid and everything he's endured. And, I mean, he's a tough kid. I mean, it didn't look good. It didn't look good in that first quarter, really, that second play when he went down. And then, you know, he's just come back and he has answered in a big way.
He was assisted off the field, found a way to walk off on his own power, got back to the trainer's table. They taped him up, brought him back in, asked him to run the ball on the next possession, slipped and fell when he went to plant. Looked like there was no way he was going to be able to go on that left ankle. And then found that next gear, which the true competitors have, and it's alive and well in Joe Zuniga.
And right now they're telling me that all is well right now with Harlingen. They're feeling good, they're confident, and that's what this team needs right now. And we talked about the body language. It's still to be determined on what Stevens will come out and look like. But let's talk a little bit about what the heck we both saw last night.
Well, I saw Edinburgh Vela get a heavy dose of a very talented football team in Brennan, stepping on this field and saying, not this year, and send him home. You, on the other hand, were in one of those that it came right down to literally the last play, and everything was on the line, win or lose.
Right, it did. That game went into overtime, 42-41. Laredo United South. They're the biggest mystery 500 team I've ever seen, because they were 3-3. They only played in 6 games. They didn't play a by-district game because Harlan had to forfeit because of COVID. And it's like, well, what do you expect? This team hasn't played in 2 weeks. But then you get Brian Benavides, who I learned earlier in the week he's the Trevor Spates of Laredo, the all-time leading rusher in Laredo. And boy, you've seen very few kids take over a football game. Brian Benavides took over that football game, and he took over it in so many different ways. He took over it in the Wildcat. He took over it in the backfield. I lined up as a normal running back in a normal formation, but Mission, kudos to them, Jeremy Duran, and what Mission did this year defensively. They were so darn good. It just came down to this wild trick play where it was 4th and 25. They go out in like about a swinging gate formation. United South calls a timeout. They send the offense. They send the special teams back on the field in the same formation, swinging gate. Mission calls a timeout. It's like, okay, what are we looking for? They go back out on the field, and all it is the punter grabs it, pitches it to Benavides on a toss, and all he does is he runs, he gets the guys to commit, and he has the younger Benavides wide open for about an 80-yard touchdown, ties the game with 6.5 minutes left. That, for me, was the momentum shifter right there that United South needed, because they were sleepwalking just a bit.
Grabbed the keys of the bus and drove it home after it was all done.
Well, see, my final thought on that game was Benavides only needed 1 play to score in overtime. Out of the Wildcat, Mission scored, and they went for 2. They went for the win. Kudos to them, and that was a gutsy call. They just, like you said, they lost on literally the last play of the game.
We saw the Falcons make their way back over on the sideline. The Cardinals are racing out in front of their fans with that big American flag, Texan flag, and Harlingen flag flying high. And Kevin, we are in for quite a second half, but again, it's going to come down to potentially the very first drive of the second half to establish,
right,
are you in it, Falcons, or is this yours for the taking, Cardinals?
Right, and that's what we talked about during the halftime, was that Stevens is going to get the football here, and it's going to be very telling on how this second half will go. How will Stevens respond? Will they come out rejuvenated? Will they rekindle that fire that they had on that first drive? If they do, hey, it's game on. We're ready to roll, but we'll see what Harlingen does defensively.
12 minutes on the clock. Again, we thank every one of the fans that have stayed tuned in with us here on Rio Sports Live for these broadcasts. I know it's audio only, and I know we're in the world of video, and Rio Sports will bring you as much video as you ever want. But in this case, we do what we can within the rules, within the guidelines, and so it's audio only. Buckle up. Like I said before, it's kind of neat for yours truly to get back in the radio mode. Kevin, you too.
Yeah.
We cut our teeth on radio.
It's been a while. It's been a good while, and this is where we get to paint those pictures.
Third quarter begins, and the kickoff sails into the end zone, and so no return by the Stevens Falcons. And now we'll see what adjustments as KK Brashears will bring his offense onto the field for the first drive.
Last week when I had Coach Tino on at the Hannah PSJ North game, I asked him the question. I said, Coach, as a coach, how big and how important are those halftime adjustments? And he said they're everything. They're everything. And this is when the coaches can dial up certain things, the X's and O's. So we'll see what adjustments both these coaches make.
KK Brashears brings them up to the line of scrimmage. On first down, man in motion left to right. They'll fake the handoff. Brashear's going to run. Hit, will not get to the line of scrimmage and loses 2.
Wow, Esvin Zuniga. Yeah, that's a good way to start. And Esvin Zuniga is one of those staples. You know as well as I do, those prototypical Manny Gomez linebackers. Him and Mordell have played pretty lights out here this afternoon.
Loss of 2. It's 2nd and 12 for Stevens from their own 18-yard line. And here come the penalty flags. Kevin, that was a big part of the first half against Stevens.
Yeah, Josh Cohen, the senior right guard. So you get the loss on the Zuniga tackle, and then you get a false start.
Ball back inside the 20 of the Falcons, back at their 18. KK Brashears is ready. Sets his troops down. Waits for the snap, sends a receiver out to the left-hand side, single back in the backfield. Receiver comes back left to right. Brashears takes a snap, slings a pass right side. Oh, nearly picked off. It would have been 6.
That was a pick 6 by Juan Garcia, and that's.
And now there's a penalty flag thrown after it, Kevin.
Juan Garcia. Oh, do we got a replay on that?
No, I didn't put it. And I've got it, but it's not.
I don't know what.
It'll be an unsportsmanlike penalty against the Harlingen Cardinals.
It's an emotional game. You got to let the kids play. He didn't do anything.
It was a gift wrap pick 6. He went right through his hands.
It would have been a pick 6. Coach Gomez is wanting an explanation. I mean,
new life for the Stevens Falcons as they'll move the ball out to the 33 and circle that play as a would have been, could have been back-breaking play. And now the Falcons will try to capitalize. Man in motion left to right. Brashears takes a snap, drops back to throw, has time, delivers the ball deep downfield, and that's overthrown incomplete.
Yeah, there was really no one there, just Ethan Gonzalez, but he was blanketed by 3 Cardinal defenders. They're still getting pressure. The Cardinals are still putting pressure up on their front 4.
2nd and 10 for KK Brashears. He's now 10 of 19 for 104 yards in the passing game. We're just underway here in the 3rd quarter. Stevens with the ball at their own 32-yard line. Brashears sends a man in motion. That's Cardenas. He'll take it, keep it himself. Bounces it left side, looking to get to the sideline. Ends up gaining yards across the 35, but a 3-yard gain, if that.
Yeah, it's a good open field tackle by Nate Rodriguez over on the far sideline. That was one thing that the Cardinals did not do well in the early stages of that first quarter, was simple as tackling. Ever since then, they've been making those fundamental plays.
3rd down and 6 for the Stevens Falcons. Their sideline now is in the shadows. Shadows are creeping across the field here at Buccaneer Stadium. He'll stand in the sun to take this snap from the left hash mark. High snap, he'll look to throw, slings it over, tipped and incomplete. Overthrows Ethan Gonzalez. They're trying to get it to Gonzalez though, Kevin.
Yeah, Gonzalez, he was wide open and Gilantan was the man covering him, and right now it just does not look like Brashears and Gonzalez are on the same page. And well, you don't get the pick 6. You overcome that questionable call, and you're forcing a punt.
4th down, punting situation. And so the opening drive comes up empty for San Antonio Stevens. Cardinals send a man back to return the punt at his 33-yard line. Punt is away. They'll let it bounce right at the Cardinal 39. It literally, like a golf ball, hits a divot, stays right there. And so the Cardinal offense will be on the field. Kevin, we talked about that first drive. Opportunity was there for Harlingen, if anything, but right now the offense comes on the field. Defense got the job done.
Yeah, and for Joe Zuniga, just a clarification, it was an ankle injury, and he's good to go. Just got confirmation there, so he's, just in case anyone was wondering what the injury looked like, he's going to be lining up over at the top of the screen. Looks like Harlingen's going to come out of the Wildcat.
As a wide receiver, that means Bell stays in the backfield. We've seen this on a 4th down play earlier. Now on 1st and 10, Bell is the man receiving the snap. Takes it, looks left-hand side all the way on the run. Got it across the 40, hit hard. Met quickly by Efrain Mejia, a senior defensive lineman, and he just literally stopped that play in his tracks.
Isaiah Bell was one of those kids that when he was at Kano, the freshman campus, it was one of those names, Joe, that you start to hear that's funneling through the system and says, well, wait until this kid comes up, wait till this kid comes up. So Isaiah Bell in his first year on the varsity level, he's really lived up to the bill, and he's had a good year.
Cardinals on 2nd and 7. Zuniga back at quarterback, wants to throw. Lofts a little pass out on the right side, and that's quickly covered up. Nice play defensively by Jeremiah Sorata.
Yeah, that's a good open field tackle, because if he doesn't make it, Joe, he could still be running. If anything, he picks up the first down.
2-yard pitch and catch to Tristan Vasquez.
Right now he's grabbing his left arm.
Vasquez?
Yes, he's Doc Lee's down there keeping an eye on him.
He exits the field on this 3rd and 4 from the Harlingen Cardinal 45. Zuniga needs to get to the 49 for a first down. Hands it off in a jet sweep. They'll bounce it outside, left side, take on a tackler, and nothing doing as the Falcons shut the play down.
Yeah, Justin Galvan was trying to find the markers. It was just a couple of yards shy.
Down marker reads 2nd down. That's not right. We're on 4th down. Call it 4th and 2 at the Harlingen Cardinal 47. And right now it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field, Kevin.
Yeah, this is an early gamble here from Manny Gomez.
Zuniga waits for the snap. Play clock at 7. He now shifts receivers. Waits, it's down to 2. Takes a slow snap. He'll punt it. Just got it away. And it takes a Cardinal roll all the way inside the 15 down to the 12. And that went from total disaster to, wow, what a way to flip the field.
It looked for a minute as if Harlingen was going to see what they were doing defensively. Then Zuniga just spread everyone out. And at the last, it was a bad snap. That ball was rolling around on the turf. Zuniga picked it up. In the last second, he was able to get it off. And you talk about taking a Cardinal roll. The Falcons are going to take over at their own 12. So both defenses comes up with stops on both sides. And again, we're still at that stalemate, that chess match.
1-score game, 14-7 score, 3rd quarter. Brashears and the Falcons have to start a drive at their own 12. He'll shift the receiver out to the right side, looking right side to pass. Now he looks back over the middle. Nice pitch and catch, and here comes Quincy Davis. Davis out across the 20. That's near a first down.
They went back to that screen game that worked for them really well in that first drive.
Will be enough for a first down for Davis. That's his first catch of the game. Brashears continues to be the man directing the show. 11 of 21 for 118 yards through the air. First down play, Brashears hands it off to a jet sweep. They'll try to bounce Davis right side. He won't get anywhere.
Wow.
Got back to line of scrimmage, that's it.
Christian Luna blew that play up, and he grabbed him right behind the line of scrimmage, and he didn't get anywhere. That's just a good open field tackle from Luna. You know, those plays go a long way.
2nd and 10 for Stevens from their own 20, call it 23-yard line. Underway here in the 3rd quarter. Stevens scored first in this game, led 7-0. Harlingen answered with 2 scores in the first half to close it out. Lead 14-7. Brashears on a long count, takes it, looks right side. Now he slings a pass in traffic, incomplete. Again, he misses Ethan Gonzalez. I know Gonzalez is a talented receiver, Kevin, but some of these passes are just impossible for him to make adjustments and catch.
Right. They just haven't been on the same page all afternoon, and albeit some of the passes Gonzalez should have caught, but it's very uncharacteristic for those two to not be on the same page.
Second, make it 3rd and 9.5 for the Falcons. Brashears, the play clock at 15. Takes the snap, drops back to throw, pressure comes, delivers it underneath. Caught there. It's Gonzalez, his first catch of the day. Made a couple guys miss, ends up gaining 5. That's well short of first down yardage.
It's still going to be 4th down, but and the Cardinals were ready for that screenplay.
Punting time for the Falcons. That's a quick drive. No first downs. And a punting situation. And the field will edge a little further in favor of the Cardinals on position as Justin Galvan looks to return a punt, standing at his own 37 before the snap. Kick is away. This is going to bounce again around that 38-yard line and roll out of bounds there. And so Harlingen's offense on the field. Halfway through the third quarter here, Kevin, and really no one's grabbed that momentum.
And again, this is the adjustments we talked about. The defensive minds from both sides put the clamps down, and again, it's just going to come down to who makes that one big play and who can limit the turnovers. And right now, it's as even keeled as it's been all afternoon.
First down play for the Cardinals. Zuniga drops back, slings a pass right side. It's caught by Justin Galvan. Gets across the 45, stays on his feet to the 50. That's a 12-yard gain.
It's Justin Galvan. And again, you know, this offense, the last 2 years, you know, they go through Justin Galvan. The big plays start and end with him.
Cardinals on a first down play. Pass play again. Now they'll hand it off, and this goes nowhere.
Just a draw play that really didn't go anywhere.
Stevens able to shut that one down. Loss on the play of 5. Second and long coming up for Harlingen. Galvan lines him up with 2 receivers right, 2 out to the left. That's a wide side of the field. They'll shift Galvan left side 2. He'll look in that direction all the way. Now over the middle of the field. That's bouncing off a receiver, incomplete. Penalty, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's pass interference right there. He was blanketing Zach Salceda there.
A 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that was passer interference against Stevens.
They'll mark the ball down at the 39 of the Falcons. Cardinals on the march here, leading 14-7 as Zuniga brings them up from the 39. Looks to the sideline on the play. Waits, takes the snap, hands it off to Bell, bounces it right side, met head on, and down he goes. The running game is still non-existent for either team.
Yeah, and they're just setting up for a bigger play here. I was looking at the across the way, Joe, on the home side, see where the camera guy's at.
Yes, sir.
Once upon a time, remember we did that game?
Oh, yeah.
Is it Warren and Sherryland?
Yes.
Me and Armando, we sat up there.
I was looking in this press box where we sat to do the San Benito game.
Right, just right here to our right.
2017.
Kennedy was here for that one too.
Zuniga takes a low snap, drops back to throw, slings it in the left side. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to get it in the hands of Bell.
Yeah, a lot of, oh boy. Oh, there's some chirping.
Extracurricular stuff after the last couple of plays. That time certainly contact between 2 players, and that was enough to get the officials' attention. At least have a word.
I can hear Manny Gomez from up here.
Both sides.
This officiating crew out of the Houston chapter.
Gets a groan out of the Harlingen faithful right below us. They're closer to our crowd mic, my friends. Ball at the 39-yard line of the Falcons. It's a 14-7 game with Harlingen on top. They're facing a 3rd and 10. 4:29 left here in the third quarter. Neither team has scored. Neither team has really moved the ball at all here in this third quarter. Now another discussion by the officials, and they're going to wave the flag off, Kevin. Had they stuck with the flag, it would have been probably against both teams.
So that was after the PI. Okay.
So third down.
They picked it up really late.
Third down for Zuniga. Drops back to throw for the Cardinals. Has a ton of time. Delivers a rifling pass. That's caught out across the 30-yard line. Should be enough for a first down to Galvan.
That's Justin Galvan right there. Just a deep in route. You know, Galvan, he was a little green these past couple years, but this year he's really developed into a really good route runner. He's another kid that put in a lot of times. When I was telling you that those times Joe Zuniga was out there working as a quarterback, who was he throwing to? It was Justin Galvan.
Galvan now with 7 catches for 71 yards in the game. Cardinals with a new set of downs at the Stevens 27. Zuniga looks to throw, finds Galvan again on the right side, makes a man miss, takes on a tackler to the 20, runs down to the 17-yard line.
There he goes. He's starting to feel it. You know, here's a kid who grew up, you know the old cliche. He always wanted to play for the Cardinals, and he's the exact example of that. You know, his younger brother. He got to play with his older brother Jesse Galvan when he was a sophomore. Jesse was a senior, and then of course the last 2 years, him and Jaime Galvan were that 1-2 punch. The brothers at the wide receiver quarterback position.
Zuniga is ready to go, wants to throw again. Rolling out, looking, fires in the end zone. A lot of coverage there, and there's another penalty.
Yeah, that's an easy call there in the back of the end zone. Chris Turner was all over his man. I think they were looking for Solis in the back of the end zone, right in front of the back judge. That's an easy call.
First real time we've seen Zuniga look deep threat downfield, Kevin.
Right. Right, and he took his shot, and they're going to take their shots. Yeah, that's an easy call. Now look for the Cardinals to be set up beautifully here. Just punch it in.
First and goal as they mark the ball all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Just outside the 3 for Joe Zuniga. Under center on first down and goal for the Cardinals. Zuniga pitches it back. Here's Bell running left, hitting the backfield. Dives forward, got back to the 4. That's it.
Yeah, they go back to that toss play to the left, and it hasn't been there all afternoon. But because we're in such short yardage, Solis is down right now on the turf.
Ian Solis was one of the blockers out there trying to spring that corner for Bell. He gets up quickly, gets to the sideline. Second and goal coming up for Harlingen at the San Antonio Stevens. Now the ball is at the 4. Leading 14-7. Pivotal moment here in this third quarter. Harlingen tries to become the first team to go up 2 scores in this game. Zuniga goes back into a shotgun formation, empties the backfield on this second and goal play from the 5. Gonna run, left-hand side, hit, down he goes. Lost a yard.
Yeah, right now this Stevens defense is really clamping down, and it gets a little tougher when you get down here to the goal line. And this is such a big point in this game because we've seen these defenses play so well here in this second half.
Third down and goal coming up for Harlingen. Zuniga gets a new play from the sideline. Clock running. We'll go under 2 to go. Before that, we'll have a timeout on the field.
Yeah,
2:15 left.
There's a lot of confusion down there on the field. We're third and goal. I don't think you're in 4-down territory here. I think you have to kick the field goal. But does that miss have a little bit of a factor in what the decision may be here on potential 4th and goal?
Cardinals did have a field goal attempt in the first half, and it did not find its way home. That sun's going down on the horizon, and it is bearing down on us over here in the visitors' press box.
Yeah, it's like we're at Sam Stadium all over again.
Feels like an early season game, not a December 19 game, but it is a Saturday afternoon. Playoff football here in 2020. Next week at 3 o'clock, right back here, Pioneer. The Class 5 level will kick off. We'll be here for that one, whether it's audio or video. We'll wait and see. Cardinals wanting 6, needing 5 to get there as it's 3rd and goal from the 5. After the timeout, Zuniga keeps Bell to his right side, takes a snap, going to keep it on a read, bounces the right side, he's in, touchdown, Joe Zuniga.
Just a design quarterback run and just the patience from Zuniga. Looking at the replay, the RPO there had the option to give it a Bell, but he saw exactly what he wanted to see, and that is a huge play right there on 3rd and goal. And Joe Zuniga, man, that kid is tough as nails. He gets his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
20-7 your lead. The Cardinals go up by 2 scores. Now looking for the extra point. High snap, they get it down. The kick is away, and it is good. 21-7, Harlingen on top. Stevens, we talked about adjustments, Kevin. Now even further down the line on how far you go in the playbook, down 2 scores.
Yeah, now, we saw this team start to press in that 2nd quarter, and now they're down by 2 scores. And right now, Harlingen, they smell blood in the water. And if they didn't already, they do now. They're up by 2 scores, and Stevens needs to find some kind of answer. They need to get us a good sustaining drive here. They need to find a way to put some points on the board.
Cardinals will be kicking off again in the 4th quarter. Stevens will have the wind at their back as the Cardinals kick off right now. This will be wind aided as it is coming out of the north end zone just enough. As the Cardinals will kick it off. Shadows have come across the field on about 70% of the field. They'll kick it into the sunshine, which is all inside the 20-yard line of the Falcons. It's going to be fielded at the 5, about across on the right side of the field to the 10, 15 to the 20. Couple of nice moves made, and then a big hit stops Charlon Lewis as he got to the 24.
Yeah, Dominic Flores, he brought the wood on that hit there. You can hear it from up here. 2:01 left here in the 3rd, and still plenty of time left in this football game, but if you're Stevens, you got to get something going now.
A.K. Brashears brings them back out. Last couple of drives, they've done everything they can to get the ball into the hands of Ethan Gonzalez. See if they can get a big play out of him. First down play, they'll hand it off. New tailback in the game, right-hand side. That's a straight-up carry by Dominic Carter. I say new tailback, that's his first carry of the game.
Right, and Esmond Zuniga is picking up where he left off.
Carden has gained right at 5 yards. 2nd and 5 for Stevens from their own 28.5. Brashears sends Ian Riles out to the left-hand side. Empty backfield on this 2nd and 5 play. Here comes Cardenas in motion. They'll fake the handoff on a read. Nice spin move by Brashears, but he's met by 2 other defenders as he crosses the 32. Short of first down yardage on a 3-yard gain.
You asked the question, what Brashears is going to have to do. If he's not going to get any help from his receivers, he might have to just call his own number. And that seems to be the case so far here in the 2nd half.
He did that time. 3rd and 2. This is a big play here. Cardinals bunching it up at the line of scrimmage. Also bunching up on those receivers. Brashears wants to throw. Quick pass. That's going to be caught. First down as he finally hits Ethan Gonzalez with some space, and it pays off with an 11-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a big 3rd down conversion there, and a conversion that this offense really needed to keep their offense back on the field. 49 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
We just haven't seen Brashears in the open field finding Gonzalez at all. And Gonzalez was one of the guys we knew coming in. We're going to have to be watching. A quick pass left side, that's a receiver screen, and that's incomplete. Looking in the direction again of Dawson Brown. He's been a target a couple of times today, Kevin, but hasn't reeled any in.
Yeah, and Brashear has done a good job on spreading the football around. Still haven't seen Cárdenas here in this second half.
2nd and 10. Quick pass over the middle. That's incomplete. Boy, they had a guy in stride right on the money. That's going for 6.
Yeah, Quincy Davis just ran right down the seam. No one picked him up. If he hits him in stride, he could still be running.
3rd and 10 for San Antonio Stevens. Ball at the 44. KK Brashears sees a blitz calling. Right now it looks like Cardinals are coming all out. They'll back off. Hesitates, now slings a pass left sideline. It's going to be incomplete.
That's incomplete, and they went to that hitch and go route. They had his man beat. They had a step on Nate Rodriguez. I like the call, though, on 3rd and 10, go to the hitch and go. It was there.
4th and 10. Now for San Antonio Stevens. They'll bring the punt team in. Harlingen will send Justin Galvan back to return a punt back at his 25-yard line. Punt is a wobbly kick to the right side. Fielded there at the 31. And there's a penalty flag thrown back around the 45-yard line as extracurricular activity will end up being a personal foul. And everyone pointing right now at one of the Stevens players. So the Cardinals would have started to drive at their 32. That may be 15 yards further downfield.
The Cardinal offense is taking their time. There we go. Game clock, or the play clock's running now.
They threw a penalty.
That's what I was trying to sort out, but
it did not mark off any yards. There was clearly a penalty thrown. Cardinals 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Zuniga hands it off. Bell bounces it right side. Surges forward, gained maybe a yard or 2. Now up 2 scores. If the Cardinals can get an offense established on the ground, they can start taking time off the clock. But as we head to the 4th quarter, they're the only team to score in the second half thus far, and they lead 21-7. We'll be back with more from Buccaneer Stadium right after this. Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Harlingen will have a 2nd and 9 from their own 33-yard line. Joe Bowling, Kevin Naro to my right-hand side. Kendall Naro on a camera. Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on a camera here today at Buccaneer Stadium. First play of the 4th quarter. Cardinals run it right side. They'll have a little room. Zuniga shows some speed and some strength and gains 15.
that official wasn't going to get out of the way. Joe Zuniga was going to knock him out of the way, but that's a strong run from Zuniga on a kid who's hobbled by an ankle injury, and again, just tough as nails.
New set of downs for the Cardinals. Zuniga on that scamper. has 30 yards on the ground. He got half of it right there. First down from the 50 for Joe Zuniga and the Cardinals. Going to call his own number again. Hesitates, drives forward. You can see, Kevin, he planted right, planted left, and was like, will that ankle give me anything? And it did just enough.
Yeah, it did just enough, and that last cut back there got him an extra 2 or 3 yards. That's pretty impressive.
I would have been rolling on the ground. I know it. 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard gain. We're in the fourth quarter. Ball at the 48-yard line of San Antonio Stevens. Harlingen on top with the ball and the lead. Zuniga going to pass, slings it right side to Galvan, incomplete pass. Trying to set up a screen, and that was disrupted. Nice play defensively by Luis Paz. Not the first time we've called his name. He's been active on the coverage out there as an isolated island.
Yeah, that throw was just behind Justin Galvan. Still a pass that Galvan can catch, and we've seen him make that catch before, but that pass thrown just a little bit behind him.
3rd down and 8 for Harlingen. Got to get it across the 40-yard line if Stevens get a first down. From the 48, whistle blows. 5-yard penalty coming up. This will be against Harlingen. I didn't see too much of that in the first half. Penalty yards against Harlingen, Kevin. Mainly that was against Stevens. They had to try to overcome multiple penalties.
Yeah, Harlingen's done a good job on keeping clean with the penalties.
3rd and 13 for the Cardinals as Zuniga brings him up to the line. Keeps Bell in the backfield to his left-hand side. Double tight end set. No receiver spread wide either side of the field. Looks to throw as he rolls left-hand side. Zuniga just going to run. Does turn the corner and steps out of bounds. Gain 3 on that. We talked about Brashear taking it and saying, I'm just going to call my number over and over. Zuniga now is saying, I'll get us to the promised land.
Yeah, he was able to, these last couple of plays, just call his own number. It's still going to be well short of the first down. 4th and 7.
4th and 7. They're staying on the field as if they're going to go for it. Zuniga now drops back a little bit further into punt formation. Takes a snap, gets the kick away. Returnable out across the 25 for the Falcons to the 30, 35 and more, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Big return.
Justin Galvan making the tackle over on the far sideline. That's a huge return for Stevens. Jaden Lopez, the junior DB. It was a short punt. They were able to execute on it. 10-19 left in this one. They trail by 2 scores, and maybe that's the play that Stevens needed. They're going to really, this is their best starting field position since that first drive.
Ball at the 35-yard line of Harlingen. This game started off with multiple drives starting in Cardinal territory or near the 50-yard line for Stevens. They scored on their first drive, have been shut out since. Brashear on first down. Drops back to throw, steps up, delivers a ball that's going to be caught in stride, 15, down to the 10.
Wow, what a catch. That's the best play all afternoon from Ethan Gonzalez.
Gonzalez able to make a terrific catch. First down, and call it goal to goal as it's inside the 10 for San Antonio Stevens. Under 10 to go in the ball game. Brashear drops back to throw. Sets up a screen pass. It's caught inside the 5. Touchdown.
Huerta almost was able to knock that one down, but hanging on to it was Dominic Cardenas. That's a big touchdown right there for Stevens.
Much needed score. And San Antonio Stevens isn't quite finished yet. Nor did you expect him to be, Kevin, as the extra point is good.
No, and you saw the spurts. You saw the little spurts here and there. They just needed one big play, and that pass over the middle to Ethan Gonzalez really opened up. Well, really the punt return. The punt return from Jaden Lopez set it up, followed by the big pass completion to Gonzalez. It's exactly what Stevens needed.
Ton of time left in this ball game as well when you take a look at it. From the perspective of where we're at in this game, 9:51 left. Both teams have, well, check that. The Falcons have 3 timeouts left. The Cardinals have down to 2. And you got the sense that last drive, Harlingen would love to have put it into coast mode and just take up big chunks of time off the clock with a running attack. But Kevin, running game is just not there for either team tonight.
Right, and you know, outside of maybe Joe Zuniga, with these design quarterback runs, there hasn't been any kind of running game established.
Stevens to kick it off. Entire field is now in shadows, and this is a booming kick. No return on this. And Harlingen will get it at the 25, now up a score.
There's 9:51 left. If you're Harlingen here, you want to get some points. Even now, obviously the scenario has changed. A field goal here would be good too. You know, you can go up by 2 scores, make it a 2-possession game. Of course, ideally you'd like a touchdown, but a field goal is also, it's not the worst thing in the world.
They'll start the drive at their own 25. Joe Zuniga, 20 of 29 for 193 yards in the game. Drops back, going to pitch it out right side. Bell takes it to the 29 as he'll gain 4 on first down.
You know, the Cardinals too, they can take their time. They're in no rush. Clock at 9:22.
Zuniga ready to go with the next one. Going to run on an option, runs it up the middle, stretches out to the 33.
We'll see where they mark it. It was 2nd and 6. It's going to be 3rd down.
Clock running. Again, San Antonio Stevens has all 3 timeouts remaining. I don't think we're in that position yet to start looking to burn timeouts.
Not quite, but it's also 3rd and 1. Harlingen needs to convert here to continue to milk that clock away.
Zuniga brings him up. Man in motion left to right. Zuniga takes it, gonna run it, hit, and will not get there.
No, I don't think he got it, and that looked like an option play there. Zuniga had the option whether he wanted to pitch it to Bell or not, but he just decided to take it himself. And that's a huge stop on 3rd and 1 on an afternoon where we saw Harlingen convert on these 3rd and manageable situations.
And now the ball will be punted by Harlingen. And San Antonio Stevens, as they send back Dawson Brown to return the punt, should get good field position on this. On the exchange, we're under 8 to go in the game. High snap, way over the punter's head. Into the end zone, he's going to pick it up. Can he? It's going to be recovered for a touchdown.
Wow. Wow. A high snap that went straight over the punter's head. That ball rolled all the way into the end zone, only to be recovered by Stevens. You talk about the momentum swinging all back in Stevens' favor as they get the touchdown, they get the stop on 3rd and 1, and right now Harlingen, they just got punched in the mouth and they don't know what hit them.
That was on an attempted punt. And now for the extra point to tie this thing up. San Antonio Stevens breathed new life indeed in the span of about 4 minutes here on the clock. kick is away. Nearly blocked. It is blocked.
Eric Guilanthan came in and blocked that punt. There's that speed we talked about from Eric Guilanthan. And my goodness, just when it looked as if everything was going Stevens' way, Eric Guilanthan, the speedster, comes in and makes the play of the game for now. Blocks that extra point. And all afternoon long, he had been firing off that edge. And this time when it mattered most, he came in and he just made a heck of a play.
So preserves the lead, albeit by 1 point. Harlingen will get the ball up 1. Or do you breathe a sigh of relief there on the sidelines if you're Harlingen?
No.
Or are you anxious?
No, you're anxious because you want to get this football back and you need to get some points on the board because, I mean, you're still up by 1, but right now you're definitely on your toes.
Wasn't so long ago, Harlingen was up by 2 scores. My, how things change. Welcome to playoff football.
They changed quickly.
San Antonio Stevens will be kicking it off. Again, the entire field is now in shadows. Lights are on here at Buccaneer Stadium. Sun's still up on the horizon, but this kickoff will definitely be in all shade. That's a booming kick. No return for the Cardinals. They'll get it at their own 25.
The Cardinals lead by 1, and they went 3 and out. And really, I can count maybe the number of times Harlingen went 3 and out on offense. So let's see what they decide to do here offensively with 7:40, and they're holding on to that 1-point lead.
Get a couple first downs if you're Harlingen, then you're feeling at least better because you know time is going to elapse. If you're San Antonio Stevens and you can get a stop here, this is your game, at least to take the momentum. We're still a long way from deciding it. Zuniga hands it off. They'll bounce it outside. Bell gains 11, and out of bounds he goes.
Yeah, he got exactly 11. He stepped out of bounds. First play and a first down, and I think if you want to stay in bounds in these situations.
He did get out of bounds, and that stopped the clock. For Bell, that's his second best carry of the day from the line of scrimmage. Zuniga this time will run out across the 47. Now they're getting 6-7 yards per carry on back-to-back plays, 11 and now 7. And Zuniga gets up hurting again, Kevin.
He's slow to get up there, and you know, this is where you grit your teeth. And right now Harlingen's loading up that right side of the offensive line, and they're just saying, here's what we're going to do, try and stop it. And first 2 plays of this drive have gone for, well, that one went for 6. The play before went for 11.
But you watch Zuniga as he is decidedly limping right now as he stands in position to take this next snap. Second down, he'll quickly throw a pass right side. It's going to be dropped by Galvan. And now it's third down.
Yeah, Justin Galvan, just a rare drop from him on the screen.
6:47 left here in the fourth. Harlingen up by 1, facing 3rd and 4. Got to get it out across the 4. If you get to the 47, you got a first down. You get to the 46, and a little beyond that, you start measuring. Zuniga keeps Bell to his right side in the backfield. Twin receivers left, single receiver right side. Man in motion, nearly went off sides. Now Zuniga will take it, going to try to run to the outside. Will not get much as he's thrown down, hit hard.
Yeah, that was just a busted play, really. It seemed like there was a lot of confusion with Solis, who nearly committed a false start.
You'll see on the replay, just there's no room for Zuniga to turn that upfield at all. Clock is running. Cardinals on 4th down. Shift back into punt formation. This was a disastrous play a while ago. Better snap this time. Zuniga bobbles it, kicks it. Returnable across the 34 to the 35-yard line. It's a dangerous return.
Yeah.
And so San Antonio Stevens down 1. Will get their hands on the ball, starting a drive at their own 35-yard line. Last time Harlingen played Stevens, I believe it was a 1-point loss.
2010.
And Stevens beat Harlingen.
Yeah, and over, yeah.
First down play here. They'll throw it. Brashears finds his man as he finds Ethan Gonzalez, and that's a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, Gonzalez, these last 2 drives, is really starting to find his form.
First down for Brashears from his own 49. Hands it off right side. That'll go to Cardinal territory to the 49. That's about it. Gain of, well, 3.5.
Now we're looking at 2nd and 8, 5.5 to go. All right at midfield, and a field goal wins this here for Stevens.
Inside Cardinal territory at the 49. Brashears sets him down on 2nd and 7. Straight drop back. Protection is good. Slings it right side. It's caught. Huge hit. Short gain.
Good hit there by Esvin Zuniga. Obviously now we're in four down territory here, with the clock being where it's at, under 5 minutes. 4:55.
Third down and 6. Brashears to throw. Doesn't have anyone to go to. Has to run. Takes on the run and gains the yards across the 45 to the Cardinal 43. Now that's short of first down yardage by about what, Kevin, 2?
I say about a yard or 2 shy. Looked like Brashears kind of panicked just a little bit. Checked his first read, went to his second read, didn't see anybody. It's going to be 4th and 1. Here we go.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark. Again, Stevens has all 3 timeouts left. So even if you don't capitalize on this drive, you do have some hopes in stopping it and getting it back. Brashears wants a yard. Takes a snap. Gonna run himself. Hit, drives forward, stretches forward. Did he get it? It'll be close.
Oh, man, this is... It looks like he got it from up here. Yeah, they're going to give it to him, Joe. He got it.
First down on not just second effort. That was 3rd and 4th effort that time around.
Yeah, he got it by about a half step.
First down play. Long pass play down the right-hand side. That's overthrown.
All right, they were eventually going to have to take a shot, and they went there. And all of a sudden, Ethan Gonzalez has become the hot hand for Stevens.
Yeah.
That was just a simple go route all the way down to the 5.
Went from a guy that you just knew was just being too quiet in the game to suddenly he's been the man. 2nd and 10 for San Antonio Stevens. Brashear empties the backfield. Looks right side. Sets up a screen to Cardinals. Bounced out of bounds as he got to the Cardinal 35. And again, I want to go back to the warm-ups. Their kicker was attempting field goals, spotting the ball at the 50-yard line, and had the distance. And that was into the wind. He's got the wind at his back now. So you could say they are literally in field goal range right now. Didn't say he was making them. I said he was attempting them and had the distance. 3rd down and 8. Set up a screen, another pass completed to Cardinals. He's got some room. First down to the Cardinal 25.
Yeah, a lot of running room in front of him. That screen was set up to perfection. There was nobody home. They brought the blitz.
Cardinals, again, you can see he just had a ton of blockers in front of him. Now 1st and 10 from the Harlingen 26. Brashear's just going to hand it off. Cardenas bouncing it right side, got to the 23, and this is where, again, you can trust you've got a field goal kicker that can reach from this distance with the wind at his back.
Nathan Huerta made that tackle, and he's a name that we really haven't said a lot here this afternoon. He's one of the better defensive tackles, not only in this district, but really in the Valley.
That gain was 3. 2nd and 7, and a pass play right side. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown.
Wow, back of the end zone. Ian Riles, Joe, just made the catch of his life right there, back of the end zone. And how about the throw from KK Brashears? He got lit up as soon as he threw that football. He stood in the pocket, knew he was going to get hit, and fired an absolute dime in the back of the end zone. Now they're going for 2.
They missed an extra point a while ago, trying to go up here with a 2-point conversion and to be up by 7. Brashears looks to throw, pressured, now he's going to run, tries to get to the side, he'll get it. 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah, he was looking to his right. That was a design pass play, and he saw that no one was home to the left. He just took it upon himself and got the 2-point conversion. They get that extra point back. And this game, Joe, was 21-7, and all of a sudden you get the touchdown that gave him that breath of life. The punt that went over the punter's head resulted in a touchdown.
And a 7-point game.
Wow.
3:02 left in the 4th. San Antonio Stevens scoring 3 scores here in the 4th quarter to erase a 21-7 Harlingen lead, and now lead by 7. And Harlingen will get their hands on the football. You would expect another one of those booming kicks. By the Stevens kicker. Kicks it away. Again, easily into the end zone. Cardinals field it. Goes out of the back, and they'll take over. 3:02 left. They'll start a drive from the 25. Kevin, if nothing else, you look back at that play and say at least they scored and there's time on the clock.
Right, yeah, because for just a couple of plays there, it looked as if Stevens was just going to take their time and maybe try and get a chip shot field goal in to win this thing. But, I mean, that was just a huge play and really the throw of the game from Brashears, and he put that on the dime.
Does Joe Zuniga and the Cardinals have any magic left? He returns to direct the show. First down play from his own 25. Drops back to throw. Waiting, looking, delivers. That's caught. Galvan for a 13-yard gain.
First play and a first down, 2:55. Here we go.
Again, Galvan has been the primary target. So is Tristan Vasquez. Both have 15 catches between the two. Clock running. Zuniga on 1st and 10. Low snap, drops back to throw again. Here comes pressure, got the block to get there. Delivers a pass, underthrown. Is it incomplete? Yes.
Yeah, that's incomplete, just about a couple yards shy. He was looking for Zach Salceda. Had the right idea. You have to wonder if that ankle's kind of bothering him here. He had to dig deep and try and make that throw across his body.
Zuniga now 21 of 32 for 206 yards in the air for the Cardinals. He faces 2nd and 10 from his own 39-yard line. Zuniga drops back to throw again. They bring a pressure. He steps up in the pocket, delivers a pass. Mine wide open on the sideline to the 40, to the 35, and a big first down for Harlingen.
Yeah, Salceda just found a soft spot in the defense, and Joe Zuniga, reading the field, stepped up in that pocket. He bought the extra time to allow Salceda to break free, and a huge play.
He found his man. Salceda, just his 2nd catch of the game, and that's a huge one. Cardinals from the 34. They need a 6-point score here and an extra point to tie this up. Zuniga looks over the middle, tipped and incomplete, nearly picked off.
That was almost intercepted in a dangerous play. A little too trigger happy there was Zuniga.
Second and 10 coming up. Clock actually, there's a little more time than I had on there on the scoreboard. Let's correct that for you.
2:08.
2:08 to go here in this one. Zuniga on second and 10 from the Stevens 34. A lot of movement. Offsides Harlingen.
Yeah, it's a false start on the left side of the offensive line. Noah Gonzalez.
So 5 yards. Is that insignificant? I don't think so at this point in the game. Every yard counts here.
Yeah, you're in 4 down territory no matter how you slice it, but
Zuniga brings him up. Second down and now 15. Drops back to throw. They pick up the pressure. He has a man at the 30. Cross to the 35 or to the 25. Still on his feet. That's Galvan fighting. Got close to a first down. Kevin, I think he got it.
yeah, that was Aiden Saldoval, actually, number 2.
Okay, 2. Got it.
Yeah, no, I mean, just the yards after the catch was huge. He refused to go down. Sandoval, we haven't said his name all afternoon, I don't think.
No
right,
catches.
so
They needed 15. They got 18.
minute 46.
New set of downs for Harlingen. Back to pass is Zuniga, looking left side or right side. It's going to be dropped incomplete.
Minute 35.
Let's correct that clock here. The incomplete pass. The official, is he going to call a penalty there? I don't think so. I think it's just an incomplete pass. Second and 10 for Harlingen. Ball sitting at the 24-yard line of San Antonio Stevens. Joe Zuniga, 23 of 35 for 247. Takes a snap, rolls out right-hand side. Looking, fires, incomplete. 2 receivers, same vicinity.
Yeah, they were just on the, we're not on the same page there.
Galvan was there. Looked like Sauceda was there as well.
It's 3rd and 10 on the 24.
Next play as Zuniga looks to throw. That's going to be tipped and caught at the 10.
How did Justin Galvan come down with that? That was a dangerous throw. That one, he just bobbled it to himself.
Inside the 10, you'll see this. This was a tip drill to yourself with the defender draped all over you.
Yeah.
Galvan made the catch. First and goal, Harlingen. Galvan now looking to the sideline. Cardinals trailing by 7. Galvan on first and goal from the 9. Sends a man in motion, that's Galvan. Zuniga, that is. There's another penalty against Harlingen.
Another false start.
5-yard penalty. They've overcome a couple of those. Clock is actually setting at 1:02 to go here in the 4th. Joe Zuniga needing a little more magic here, trying to propel the Cardinals back to draw even. Drops back in an empty backfield. Waiting, pressure comes, gets away from a man, buys some time, throws it back corner, picked off by the Stevens Falcons, and this may do it. Across the 10, sideline to the 20. Biggest play of the game defensively made.
Mateo Lara came up with that interception, and Zuniga did not see him there.
The I believe it's going to be after the play. Kevin, the receiver was back there. If Zuniga puts more on that, gets it back to him,
right,
you're talking 6 points.
Yeah, and that was just a good play from Lada, who just jumped that route, and Zuniga just did not see him.
45 seconds left. They're discussing the penalty. Penalty flag sitting at the 27-yard line of San Antonio Stevens. If you're looking at timeout, says, well, there's a block in the back during the return. And then a dead ball foul after that against Harlingen. So these will be.
Personal foul on Black. He placed the ball at the spot of the foul, the block in the back. It'll be first down. Black.
So they will give the ball to Stevens, Kevin. There was a block in the back during the return all the way back at the 5-yard line. Am I looking at that right?
Right, yeah.
And then personal fouls either team.
Right, I'm not sure why Stevens is surprised that they're keeping the ball.
It's at the 3-yard line. Okay, now, again, if you want to breathe life into Harlingen, the running game has been non-existent for these two teams.
Right. Before you mentioned that, I don't know why Stevens was surprised because the penalty happened after the interception. So the interception was going to stand, but you bring something to mind where it was 2017, San Antonio Reagan was at Bogus, and the Cardinals won that game. And in a similar situation like this, they had a safety to win the game. That was Emilio Flores.
Safety won't win it here. It'll just draw you closer.
It'll give you 2 points, and it'll give you the ball back. But, I mean, if you're talking about a scenario on what could be.
First down play for Stevens. Harlingen has 2 timeouts left. KK Brashears will take a snap from his own end zone on first down. Sends a man in motion, takes a snap, going to run right side, hit hard as he got to the 1 and got thrown back in the end zone. And that was close, Kevin. He didn't gain any out of that.
He didn't, and immediately Harlingen calls a timeout. But there's still a couple of factors here. You know, a high snap, a fumbled snap. You know, that was a huge penalty because it puts you in the shadow of your own goalpost. The ball's still on the 3, and Harlingen still has a timeout to play with here.
Again, I think. Will you get the ball back? You have to cause something here.
Right. Yeah. If nothing happens here, then Stevens can just take a knee, and that'll be it.
Yeah, you can call a time. Well, you can call a timeout after this play. And so Stevens will have to run a play because I don't think you can take a knee. If they go backwards any further, the knee will be in the end zone. So you do have to actually run the play.
Right, so Harlingen has 2 plays then.
So here it is.
The next one.
Second down, call it 10, as they did give him credit of getting back to the line of scrimmage, which is the 2 for San Antonio Stevens. Brashears again will take the snap from his end zone on this second down play. Gonna run right side, got across the goal line, back across the 2, might have got to the 3 that time. Harlingen burns their final timeout. And now, Kevin, yes, they bought enough real estate.
Yeah.
You can go under center and take a knee here. And that should do it for San Antonio Stevens.
Right.
An interception under a minute to go in the end zone.
Yeah, and they were driving right down the field. They were driving right down the field, and it almost looked as if Harlingen was going to get into a position to where they were going to be in the same scenario as Mission was. Do you tie it or do you go for the win? I mean, at one point, you know, Stevens was sleepwalking, and I think that touchdown woke him up. And then the momentum shifter that really pushed things off the edge for Harlingen was that punt over the punter's head.
Snap over the punter's head.
Yeah.
Turned into a touchdown. Third down play. You got to execute a good snap here. Your San Antonio Stevens, and Brashears will take the snap back in the end zone. Got forward, got to the one, took a knee, and Kevin, that's going to do it. San Antonio Stevens is going to get out of here with a victory.
Wow. What a comeback win for San Antonio Stevens. You know, we had mentioned that how was this team going to respond? I mean, they overcame a lot. You know, that second quarter was just about as disastrous as it could get. They got the plays they needed to get in that third quarter. They executed. They made the plays when it mattered. And right now, you know, this is a stunned Harlingen group that was up 21-7.
And Stevens will move on to round 3 in a come-from-behind fashion victory. And then a hold on for dear life down the stretch and a 28-21 victory.
Yeah, that was a heck of a comeback there by Stevens. When you chalk this up, you know, Harlingen had their opportunities. Now that last drive, you know, they were moving right down the field. You know, Mateo Lara, the man who was responsible for that game-clinching interception. You know, but this defense played lights out, Joe. They forced those turnovers. You know, they put this offense in a lot of uncomfortable situations, but.
So who do you give your player of the game to in this one?
Wow.
Brashears carried the team all day, and then Lara comes up with a game-saving touchdown.
Yeah, Ethan Gonzalez made a couple big plays, but I think it's Brashears or Lara. You know, Lara sealed the game. Defensively, they didn't allow any, you know, outside of that one touchdown. They really, you know, put the clamps down.
So who do we give it to?
I go defense, Mateo Lara.
Mateo Lara with a game-saving interception.
And the defense only allowing 7 points in the second half.
Exactly. Stevens celebrates over on the sidelines, and that'll do it for the broadcast. The Falcons move on. The Cardinals come up just short. Congratulations on Harlingen on a terrific COVID season. 6 wins and then a loss here in the round 2 of the playoffs. That'll do it for the broadcast. For Kevin Narrow, I'm Joe Bowling. For Kendall Narrow, for Rudy Zamaripa Jr., I got to get to my granddaughters. My wife said it's time to go looking at Christmas lights. Kevin, any final thoughts real quick?
No, just, you know, the Cardinal defense was for real. They were as good as advertised. Just a couple of miscues down the stretch. But, you know, San Antonio Stevens, you know, much credit to them. Overcoming that 21-7 deficit. They made the plays when they needed to.
And that'll do it. Till next time, I'm Joe Bowling for Real Sports Live. If I don't talk to you beforehand, have a Merry Christmas. I will, but just in case. Thanks for watching.